Ready to own a home in Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, crafts personalized loans with top rates and expert support. Buying, refinancing, or building your dream home? We've got you covered. Sit with Britt and begin your home ownership adventure. Visit our local pros for all your mortgage lending needs. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Here at Lisle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lisle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Last week, the San Juan Broncos avenged their 2024 loss to Grantsville with a 26-7 win over the Cowboys. Tonight, they renew their storied rivalry with a team they haven't played in 3 years. It's the 2025 home opener with the Beavers paying a visit to Blanding. Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Indeed, welcome live to San Juan High School for the first time this season. The home opener last week at Snow College. We're at home for the San Juan home opener this year at 2025. And, of course, Rhett Sifford with you along with Art Adair for this one. And, Art, this is going to be a really fun matchup tonight. You've got a 4-time defending state champion on the 2A side and the 2-time state defending champion 1A champions, Beavers here tonight as they renew this exciting rivalry here on the San Juan football field.
Oh, look for a lot of action, a lot of hard hits, a lot of both these teams want to win this game. I know it's been that we took a break in the rivalry, but back in a couple years ago, this used to be the make or break game for both these teams. So looking forward to an exciting matchup. Beavers tough. They've got a good group coming in. They've got good coaching staff, but San Juan does San Juan things, and they're ready to go after last week. I think they looked good. They looked like they're ready to take on anybody. So for week 2, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some hiccups on both sides, but at the end of the day, we're 1A state champ, 2A state champ, head-to-head, bragging rights for the next year.
That's right. When you look at these two teams, San Juan leads the all-time series 24 wins to 8, going back all the way to 1981. San Juan has won the last 5 straight since 2018, and that includes some big games. They ended the Beavers' 34-game winning streak in 2021. Then they beat them in the state championship game that year. Then they beat them again in the state championship game in 2022. That's the last time these two teams have played. So you know Coach John Marshall in his 9th season with an 88-15 record is looking forward to playing this team here tonight. We did get a chance to talk with Coach Marshall just a few minutes ago. Here's what he has to say as his team gets set to try to upend the Broncos here tonight. Coach, the Broncos have had your number for a few years yet now. There's been some big games in that swing, and we've missed this rivalry for 3 years. I know you guys have had this date circled on your calendar for a long time.
Well, yeah, we're excited to play. You know, San Juan's obviously a great program, great team, and you know we're excited to be playing in a game like this on week 2. You know, we're a game where, regardless of whether you win or lose, it's you're not. No one's giving out any trophies tonight, but you know it's an exciting game. It's a game I think that a lot of people are going to be interested in and be watching. And so I told our kids, you know, there's a lot of football players that never get to play in a game like this their entire high school career, and so we're excited, and hopefully we're going to be able to come out and play well.
Coach, you guys are a good program, and you're a good team as well, so it's awesome to have you guys here. And this is going to be a fun one tonight. You kind of allude to that to your kids, and what does this one mean for you guys here tonight?
Well, you know, it's just I think it's a, you know, every time you step on the field, you know, we're competing, and you want to be able to obviously be able to get better. And obviously the way you measure that is, are you able to do the things you need to do to win a football game? And, you know, obviously San Juan's, you know, 4-time state champions. They obviously know how to win. And, you know, so we're just excited to see if we're good enough to have a chance to play with a team of their caliber.
Yeah, this is a battle between defending state champions, 2-time for you guys, 4-time for San Juan. So tell me about, you've seen your team one game now. Tell me about that team that you saw, your observations.
Well, you know, we had a good first game. You know, we were playing a quality team in Moapa Valley, and our kids played well for our first game. You know, we didn't have a lot of penalties. We didn't turn the ball over. Our offense was able to score every time we had the ball. So there was a lot of things we felt good about, but at the same time, there was a lot of room for improvement. And so we feel good about that, but we know we're going to be tackling a whole different monster tonight. And, you know, San Juan's going to pose different kinds of problems than Moapa Valley did. And so, you know, we've tried to prepare and tried to be ready, and we're going to find out, I guess, if we are.
Well, that's the fun about football, isn't it? You're not preparing for the same team every week.
Yeah, every week it's a different battle. And, you know, and the thing about playing a team of San Juan's caliber is there's just so many weapons and so many good things that they do. And Coach Christensen just, you know, he's just does such an amazing job with the system that they run. And so, you know, it's awesome to be able to be involved in a game where you've got to know you got to play your very best if you want to have a chance to win. And that's the thing when you play San Juan. If you don't play your best, you're not going to have a chance. You're probably going to get just rolled out of the stadium.
2 different teams, 2 different offenses tonight. What do you guys have to do to get the win here?
Well, you know, it's no mystery for us. We're going to try to run the football and hopefully be able to move the ball and take some time off the clock a little bit. You know, execute and obviously we've got to be able to throw the ball at times as well. You know, we'll kind of see what they decide to do with their defense, and we'll kind of try to make some adjustments off of that. And then on the defensive side, you know, one of the tough things, again, with San Juan is it's just in the last 4 years, it's just hard to get them off the field. Their offense just scores and just moves, and they go very fast. And so we've got to try to, you know, either force a turnover or try to get them in a 4th and long where maybe they feel like they have to kick the ball or get some 4th down stops. And, you know, if we can do that, we're going to have a chance.
Coach, we appreciate it. Football season's back, man. This is fun. Thank you very much for chatting with us.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. It's great to be here. You know, San Juan's, you get Blanding's a great community, and you got great people down here, great kids, and we're excited to be here. And so hopefully everybody has a great game tonight.
Thanks, Coach. And we do appreciate Coach Marshall for chatting with us before this game. He's like us, Art, and he's like Coach Barkley Christensen. He has a passion for the game, and it shows in the success that this team has had over the years. And they're 1-0 to start this year after a pretty big win over Moapa Valley last week. 37-6 was the final in that one. A similar score to what we saw with San Juan and Grantsville last week. And not a whole lot of passing from this team, man. 5 attempts last week with Davin Orton, the senior. Only 19 yards passing. So obviously it's like Coach Marshall said, it's no secret that they're going to come in here and try to smash mouth them, try to run the ball. Davin Orton ran for a whole lot more than he passed. 159 yards last week and 2 TDs. Bridger Blackner, the other main running back, a senior, 97 yards and 1 TD. So obviously an old school rushing team, and these 2 teams somehow stack up even though you got the spread offense on the San Juan side.
Well, the Beaver, you know, for sure, they want to run the ball, and that's been Coach Marshall's MO for a lot of years. They're going to line up with a split backfield, pro set. They're going to line up with a tight end to the strong side and a wing back. And so it's almost like a quad option offense because you got two backs in the backfield. You can run the option to either side. You can run the middle dive. You can fake the dive, run the option. You can scoot your tight end out into pass formation and fake the dive, throw a little short, skinny pass to him, and then you've got your wing back coming across for all your speed stuff. And so it's a hard defense, an offense for a defense to read. There's so much that goes on with that ball behind the line of scrimmage that you really have to have your eyes on the ball in the backfield trying to locate. And you can't just go with the first guy that you think has the ball. You have to know who has the ball. And I'll tell you a little stat from our good friend George Felt. Beaver currently has the second longest winning streak in the state of Utah behind Corner Canyon, who's at 12 games. Beaver's at 7 games, and our San Juan Broncos are at 4. So Beavers, got a little win streak going, and
they did.
San Juan's, taken that away from them before, but currently they're the second longest win streak in the state at 7.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to harken back to that win. I don't know if you remember that, Art, but I'm sure you remember it. It was a mud bowl there in Beaver and an 8-0 defensive struggle, and so you know that it's going to come down in large part to defenses here tonight on this field too.
Well, and San Juan, not to jump ahead, but San Juan's defense played fantastic last week against Grantsville, holding them to a touchdown. And so if they can get that same – now, a defense against the spread versus a power run offense are two different things. The way Coach Bobby Byron has to approach this week and this game scheme for this week is totally different than what they're used to in defending the spread, and that's where teams get caught up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see what they bring out defensively as their front. Do they stay in there 3-4? Do they go 3-3? Do they go to a 5-man front? How do they switch it up a little bit on the defensive side?
All right, we've taken a look at Beaver real quick here on the Friday Night Lights pregame show on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We'll step aside, and then we'll take a look at the San Juan Broncos as they get their first game in front of their home crowd this season, even though their home crowd pretty much follows them all over the state. This is a definite loyalty crowd here for the San Juan Broncos, but they're set to open it up at home here tonight against the 1A defending state champion Beaver. Beavers, stick around. We'll continue the pregame show in just a minute.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
It's Friday. Welcome back to the San Juan High School football field. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Rhett Sifford and Art Adair welcoming you in tonight as we get set for the 2025 home opener for the San Juan Broncos, defeating Grantsville last week 26-7. Going to try to do the same thing to the 1A defending state champion Beavers here tonight. And it's going to be a tough one. As we started off, we're going to chat here with Barkley Christensen. He's in his 9th season with a 75-21 record now. And we did chat with him just a little bit ago. Let's hear what he has to say as his team gets set to go against the tough Beaver Beavers tonight.
Coach, this is fun. This is why we play the season, to renew a rivalry like this here tonight.
Yeah, what a fun preseason game. It was always such a fun battle in 2A when they were with us, and when they said that they were able to make the trip to Blanding, I was really excited to renew this for another 2 years and hopefully longer, because they're very similar to us and a lot of things. Obviously not like schematically or anything, but I think our cultures are very much the same, and both of us have done a whole lot of winning lately, so it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, when it becomes a battle of multi-defending year state champions, you got a couple good teams coming together.
Yeah, and we understand that, but unfortunately, a lot of these kids that we have, our seniors this year were freshmen when it was kind of a hot and big rivalry, and these other kids were in middle school, and heck, our freshmen, they were 6th grade. So, they don't truly understand it all the way, but, they understand that they're a good team.
Yeah, this team will be looking for some revenge, even though it's been 3 years since you played them. You ended their big winning streak a few years ago. You beat them twice in the state championship game. They're coming after you. We know that.
Yeah, and that's kind of how everybody is, you know what I mean? It's kind of, we enjoy being the hunted, I guess you could say, but we like I said, we've got to attack just like we have with everybody else that we play. Those are past years. This one's San Juan Beaver night. We're starting 0-0, and we got to go jump on them quick.
Well, you got one game in the books. I know you've seen film. Tell me what you guys did right in that game, what you might have missed.
Man, we had over 500 yards of offense, right? So we were moving the ball at will, but we just, and it's something I think I kind of mentioned to you, or I mentioned to Team Hive guys before the game. It's we have to score in the red zone, and we just weren't getting it done. And so, when we drive that much, we got to go get our payday and go punch it in. We can't have empty trips against these guys. They'll hurt you for it. So, loved how we moved the ball. Now we just got to finish. And then obviously our defense played phenomenal, stopping the run and the pass, and we're very excited about that.
What was the mentality at practice this week? Jagger in the post game last week talked about, I made mistakes, I need to be better. Was that the attitude throughout the week?
Yeah, I thought our Tuesday, Wednesday practices, Monday was a little rough. It just seemed like we'd kind of arrived a little bit, and we had a good talk, and the seniors kind of came together, and our Tuesday, Wednesday practice was phenomenal. We learned a lot from it, and hopefully it shows out here tonight.
What do you need to do to beat this team here?
Obviously got to stop the run, right? Got to stop the run on defense. We've got to get off the field on third downs. We've got to convert third downs on offense. And then the red zone's big. We have to have them have empty trips or field goals. We got to limit touchdowns if they get into the red zone, and then we have to score when we get into the red zone. We can't have empty trips. So that's kind of the big thing is now I've always said, this team sprinkles in, moments that are just amazing, but then they have the floors. We got to raise the floor because you can't have too many mistakes against a team like this.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Good luck, man. Have a fun time out there tonight.
Okay. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And we want to say thanks to Coach Barkley Christensen for visiting with us as well before this game starts tonight. Obviously, Art, both these coaches feeling a little bit of stress tonight, even though they're both veterans here, pretty much the same tenure at their schools and similar records as well. We take a look at this San Juan team, and, of course, the sophomore quarterback throwing for 338 yards last week, but no touchdowns to show for it, just the 3 interceptions. So I know he wants to maybe get some pay dirt this week as far as the passing game goes, Art.
Yeah, I thought we saw a lot of good things out of him. First game in a varsity start, it's a lot different than a JV or C-team game. The speed, the quickness of your receivers getting to their spots even. When we talk about speed, it's not just the defensive speed, it's your own team speed. And I think he managed the game well. He had 3 picks, but you know what? When you win a game, it don't matter how many picks you have.
That's true.
We're good with that. I think all around there's a lot to learn through that game. Like Coach Christensen mentioned, and went back and watched the film and worked on some stuff, converting in the red zone, picking up third downs. I think that, that's just as a young team comes together, not necessarily all of them are young players, but this is a new group that hasn't played in this scenario together. And so it's going to take them a while to gel and to get down where everybody's supposed to be, and to honestly know that when I pull here, you go there, that someone else is going to fill that gap. And that's just how these preseason games go.
Well, continuing on, of course, we expect to see a guy like Jagger Neves on the stat sheet all year. He had 25 carries for 114 yards last week and the big 3 rushing touchdowns. Yeomans out of that quarterback spot, 32 yards himself and 1 rushing touchdown. That was a key touchdown late in the third quarter, Art, that put him up by a couple touchdowns and gave him a little insurance.
I think you saw Bo kind of settle down a little bit as the game went on, and then he started to run the ball a little more. You saw a little bit of that RPO offense that San Juan has relied on heavily over the past 4 seasons, is to make a double threat back there, so defenses can't just key off of your running back. They got to respect both guys in the backfield. And so I think, and like we said, comfort's going to come. And we've got a few sophomores out there, not just Bo Yeomans that are starting. We've got a sophomore on the line out there in Gage Palmer. We got Brig Palmer, a sophomore slot. And so these sophomores are being thrown into situations that they haven't seen before, and I think they're handling themselves well, and they will continue to get better, get coached up, and grow.
And then in the receiving side, Trip Palmer, the leading receiver last week, 152 yards for him. Jagger Neves out of the running back position, more yardage through the air than he had on the ground. He had 128 yards receiving last week, and then it went on down from there. Brig Palmer with 33, Nash Young 29. They're going to be missing Young tonight. Jonas Jepson had 11 yards, and Cole Duke with 9 in the receiving game. Defensively for San Juan last week, it's not surprising, Art, to see George McNaughton leading the way with 10 tackles. Trip Palmer and Jagger Neves both had 8 apiece. Jonas Jepson and Kai Fox with 7 apiece. Getting to the quarterback is a big thing. 5 sacks for the Broncos last week officially. McNaughton, their leading sacker from last year, had 3, so he picked up right where he left off. Stetson Black and Thomas Harden both had 1 apiece in that game as well, so that'll be a key in this game as well. Getting into the backfield, wreaking havoc with this, you got to start penetrating, especially against a team that's going to try to run the ball.
Yeah, I think you saw the defense play fast, play physical, and play downfield for the most part last week, which is a great way to start off your season, especially when you are coming in with, an offense that's kind of inexperienced with some players, and then you can rely on your defense to help you out when you do throw those picks or you get a fumble or you turn it over on downs. If you can do that with your defense, come out and make stops, and it makes your head coach, offensive coordinator's job a lot more easy to make those decisions, to keep being aggressive, keep going for it in those situations, because your defense is gonna stop the offense coming on the field. So even though it's defense, it really helps your offense out a lot to have a stellar defense. And I think last week they were fantastic against a really good Grantsville quarterback and 2 really good Grantsville receivers.
Yeah. And, of course, being the first game of the year, it was a bit sloppy last week. A lot of turnovers in that game. So on the positive side, the Broncos had 4 takeaways. You had Nash Young, Grady Lacey, and Brig Palmer all with interceptions in that game. Kai Fox with a fumble recovery. If you get takeaways like that for the rest of the season, which the Broncos are known for at times these past 4 years, you're going to be able to win some ball games.
Yeah, typically they say, 99% of the time, if you win the turnover battle, you'll win the game. And so if you can just continue to take that ball away from the offense, whether it's third down and out or the turnovers, then you're going to be able to be successful.
All right, teams are warming up. We're getting set now for the 2025 San Juan home opener as they welcome the Beavers into town. The first time these 2 teams have met since the 2022 2A state championship game, which the Broncos, of course, won as part of their 4 straight. And so it's going to be a fun one here tonight between a couple of good teams. Beaver are the 2-time now defending 1A state champions since they were moved down by the High School Activities Association. We have missed this rivalry for 3 years, but they're going to renew it tonight. We'll step aside as the captains come out to toss the coin. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for the opening kick in just a few minutes. Stay with us. It is Friday Night Lights live from San Juan High School on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Building Supply in Blanding has lumber, tools, and building materials for any project. Enjoy quality products and expert advice. Call 435-678-2000 or come in and see us at 1050 South Main Street.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union. Your money, your future, your credit union. We have branches available in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff. Come on down and see us.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce, earn a high school diploma, or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Utah Navajo Health System is a series of community health centers providing medical, dental, and behavioral health care to Utah Navajo. With operations in Blanding, Montezuma Creek, Monument Valley, Navajo Mountain, and Monticello, UNHS offers a remarkable variety of services to our patients throughout San Juan County and the northern portion of Navajo Nation.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telcom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelcom.com for details today.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you'll gain real-world skills and turn your talent into opportunity. Learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing in Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Hello, my name is David Palmer, and I am the Parks and Recreation Director for the City of Blanding.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Stubbs. As a recently elected San Juan County Commissioner,
We are so excited to collaborate with SJC-PAC Coalition and San Juan Counseling to bring parents-empowered messaging to our beautiful Wellness Center pool area.
Parents Empowered is a Utah campaign designed to help parents understand the power they have in reducing the risk of underage drinking.
Survey data tells us that youth perception of risk in San Juan County in all grades went from 83.6% in 2019 to 68.3% in 2021. This means our kids don't understand the damage that alcohol and other drugs can cause on their developing brains.
Did you know that Utah teens reported that parental disapproval is the #1 reason they choose not to drink?
Never assume your children know what your rules, expectations, and attitudes are. Write them down and discuss them with your kids so they understand the reasons behind them.
Bonding is essential to preventing underage drinking. Children are less likely to drink when the parents are involved in their lives and when children and the parents feel close to one another.
Together, we can help build a stronger San Juan County.
Let's do this!
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
Welcome back to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. The national anthem just in the books. The teams is putting away their American flags now that they traditionally run out from the tunnel with. And it's always an exciting show here when they come out with all those old glories flying through the air. And we do have an announcement to pass on before the opening kick here tonight from Corey Workman at the San Juan Sheriff's Department. And he does say that the National Weather Service in Grand Junction has issued a flash flood warning now for the Deer Creek burn scar. So if it wasn't bad enough with all that area that was burned a few weeks ago for a couple, 3 weeks, now there's going to be a flash flood there. There are some thunderstorms producing heavy rain across that area. So just be aware of that if you're in that area or if you live in that area. There could be some life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses. So that passed along by Corey Workman of the San Juan County Sheriff's Department. Now to the task at hand. We are underway as Beaver kicks it away and the ball goes into the end zone for the opening kickoff of the night. No time off the clock, and the Broncos will start at their own 20.
And Beaver wins the toss. For those that are listening on the radio and weren't watching live, they deferred the option to the second half, and so, of course, San Juan does what San Juan does, and they take the ball and they want to go score.
Yeah, interesting that Beaver wouldn't, that Coach Marshall wouldn't take the opportunity to get that ball.
Talking about a ball, we're waiting for the game ball now.
Yeah. Oh, here it comes. That's a nice throw, whoever threw that. Must have been a coach.
If that was a freshman, sign him up for quarterback duties on the JVC
Yeah, Bo,
team.
look out. All right, 12 minutes still showing on the clock. We're about set for our first play from scrimmage here. The San Juan Broncos hosting the Beaver Beavers here tonight in the 2025 home opener. Both teams 1-0 as we get started here tonight. And the San Juan offense on the field first this evening. Jagger Neves will take the opening handoff. He's going to bust it up the middle and now to the outside on a huge gain as he gashes the Beaver defense. And that will be, let's see, a 10, 20, 30. That is a 35-yard run for the San Juan senior.
And a great little hole opening right there in that A-gap. The lineman getting out there quick tonight, moving that defensive front of the Beavers out of the way and just letting Jagger go to work.
And excuse me, that's a 44-yard run. Oh, no, they are marking it back. I was right at first. 34-yard run. First play from scrimmage, the Broncos move it into Beaver territory, right on the ground on first down again, and not much this time as the Beaver defense closes up that hole off left guard for San Juan. Jagger gets a couple.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how Beaver adjusts to this spread offense where traditionally all week they go against a run-heavy offense, so they start coming out in a three-man front, two in the back. Right here, they've got five in the box. This is a run all day in an RPO offense.
Here's Bo Yeomans handing off again to Jagger Neves. If it ain't broke, don't fix it so far. He rumbles to the sticks here. They're going to mark him a yard shy. Boy, I thought he had that ball up to the 35, but that's not where they spotted. It'll be 3rd down and 1. So that was a pickup of 5, I believe. And now Yeomans to the air, in and out of the hands of Trip Palmer on that slant right through the middle in traffic. And the incompletion brings up the first 4th down of the night.
Yeah, and the problem you have there is you've only got 5 guys in the box, so that should be a run all day long, like I said. Problem you have is on those slants, you've got 2 guys out there in coverage, and it is hard to get those slants in between double coverage.
Big hit on Jagger Neves as he cuts to the outside here. He does move the chains if the play stands, and there is a flag down there. It will be a face mask against Beaver, so the yardage will count for Jagger as he goes ahead for 6. That moves the chains, and they'll tack on some extra yardage.
Yeah, great run there. And like I said, if Beaver's going to be content with running 5 guys in the box, I would just give the ball all day long up the middle.
And this time they'll hand to Jagger again. Off right tackle this time. He busts to the outside. A flag flies. Another flag flies. But Jagger Neves goes into the end zone. I am guessing it's coming back, and it is on a hold. And so the Broncos will do it again after their first touchdown of the night gets called back just like that. And we knew it while he was on his way downfield.
Yeah, and they're going to call that for the holding, or maybe it's up here. But to me, it looked like he just got pinched between 2 players. If it's the outside that they're calling it on, it's just unfortunate. That's when you're in that box, you can block a guy in the back as long as you stay within the run zone.
So it's 1st and 20 now for San Juan, back outside the Beaver 45 to the 40, outside the 35 to the 36. And now they'll hand on an end around here or a wide receiver around. And, that's Jagger Neves, So Jagger Neves on the carry, not much. Yeah, looks like maybe about 3 on that carry, so he's up to 51 yards. But the Broncos now a 2nd and 17 here. And Bo Yeomans takes the snap in the shotgun, throws across the middle on that slant again. This time it's complete. And I'm guessing, is that Nash Young? No, it's 0. That's George McNaughton. That's George McNaughton.
Yeah,
so
Nash is hurt tonight.
Yeah, I was informed this past week that I had some numbers wrong, but it seems I've got them right. So we'll give McNaughton, I didn't see how many yards that was, but now up the middle, we've got all the way down inside the 5 for San Juan, and it'll be 1st and goal for Cole Duke. So I missed that play. I didn't see if that was a pass.
It was right here. Just little skinny post right there to Cole Duke. Great read by Bo Yeomans.
And Yeomans will hand off to Neves again. He rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown San Juan. No flags. The Broncos score first and lead 6-0 with 9:49 to go in the first quarter. That was a 3-yard touchdown run for Jagger Neves. I missed a couple passes in there, so I'll have to try to figure that all out. And we'll see if we can get the stats correct. But the Broncos up 6-0 on Beaver here. 54 yards rushing for Jagger Neves on that series. And San Juan draws first blood. We'll see if Trip Palmer can add the PAT here. The hold is down. The kick is up. That's a beauty right through, and it's 7-0 San Juan just over 2 minutes into this one. And we will step aside. We'll take a break. San Juan will be kicking off to Beaver when we return. It's the 2025 home opener for the San Juan Broncos, leading the Beaver Beavers 7-0 here at San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Last year I was at my lowest, going through some pretty serious depression. A couple friends of mine stopped by the house and said they were worried about me. Said they'd feel a lot better if they could hold on to my firearms until things turned around. I think they saved my life.
If your loved ones are struggling, talk to them about temporarily storing their guns away from their home, because things do get better.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Welcome back to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as the Broncos now kick it away to Beaver following San Juan's first touchdown of the game. Look at this hard-nosed running by the kick returner for Beaver. And the Beavers trying to answer immediately as they fight it all the way out to the 40-yard line. Good field position for their offense as they come on for the first time tonight.
Yeah, good starting point for their offense as they're going to come out and try to just 3-4 yards of carry, just wear you down. So we'll see what kind of defensive front is. Looks like Coach Byron's going to go to a 4-2 defense.
4th rushing touchdown of the year for Jagger Neves on that series. We'll get to some more stats in a minute. Beaver tries to pitch this one to the outside and nothing doing, as I believe it's Brig Palmer making the opening stop of the night for the defense for San Juan, wearing jersey number 13. I was told, and by the stats he's listed as 35, but That's Brigg in number 13, so he makes the first tackle of the night. No gain for Beaver.
Yeah, him and Cole Duke do a tremendous job at that. Play was set up out here by Neves as he takes the quarterback and makes him commit to that pitch.
And now the quarterback, Davin Orton, running for his life. Bounces to the outside, though. He nearly got away from a tackle. He rushes it himself for 5 yards, and it will bring up a 3rd down and 5 at the Beaver 45.
A nice trip up there by Tripp Palmer.
5 yards on the run, 5 on the back of that jersey for the man who gets the shoelace tackle for San Juan. 8:45 to go in the opening frame here tonight. It's 7-0 as San Juan scored on their first possession of the night. Beavers trying to answer on their first offensive possession.
And this is what Coach Christensen talked about in his pregame, getting off the field on 3rd down, getting that defensive stop, putting your offense back on the field.
And they did force a couple punts last week against Grantsville. We'll see if they can get a stop here. And they do get into the backfield. A flag flies. Jagger Neves gets in to drop Davin Orton for a loss. But we'll see if it was legal as far as the defense goes. The penalty will be against the offense, so I'm guessing San Juan will decline this and take the stop. It's going to be a loss of 2 on that run.
Great job by Jagger Neves to come through and just fight his way through the defense and make a diving tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
So now decision for Coach Marshall and the Beaver offense here on 4th down on their own side of midfield. Would you punt this away or roll the dice here early in this game against San Juan?
I think this is where you run your tight end out behind the backers, and you get this is your trick play here. But they come out in a punt formation.
And it's a traditional, he will try to throw. He throws incomplete, so it was a trick play. And who is that, number 44 who threw the ball?
Yes.
Number 44 lined up to punt, Hazen Albrecht, and it did not pan out for Beaver. They're going to give San Juan the football on a turnover on downs inside the Beaver 45.
I'm a fan. If you're going to go for it on 4th down, just put your offense out there. That's what they're there for. They practice that stuff. Put them out there, let them go 4th down. That trickeration with your punter, 90% of the time at any level, it does not work.
Yeah, and on a big stage like this tonight, that's an interesting call early in this game. And what happens early in the game sets the tone, and so it's interesting that would be the decision there instead of playing it safe and trying to pin San Juan deep. Beaver tries to go for it on a trick play, and now the Broncos shoot themselves in the foot. Little false start will move it back 5 yards, so that helps this Beaver defense a little. Mashes the ball back closer to midfield here for San Juan, but the Broncos have shown no problem gathering yardage so far in this season. Here's Bo Yeomans faking the handoff to Jagger Neves. That might have been a bit of a backfield mix-up there between Yeomans and Neves, and it will go for a loss of 2.
Yeah, I just think he saw the lane there, whether that was a designed quarterback run, but I think he was running that ball the whole time.
So 2nd down and 17 now, and flags fly before the Broncos snap it. They got Beaver for an encroachment here. So they're going to get that false start yardage back, and this will make it 2nd down and 12.
Yeah, and you saw every San Juan Broncos like, hey, whoa, right there.
Yeah.
They were helping the officials out there.
So the Broncos get a little bit closer to the sticks here, back to the Beaver 46. And Yeomans is going to throw on 2nd down, has a man and hits that man. It's Tripp Palmer all the way down to the Beaver 20-yard line.
Nice pass there. Broncos go empty set. You know it's a pass. You've got coverage downfield, but Tripp is just so long and tall, and he just finds the space and goes up and gets that ball.
That's a 25-yard pass from Yeomans to Palmer, and the Broncos have a 1st and 10 right at the gate of the red zone for Beaver. So once again, San Juan knocking on the door, and they'll come right up the middle with Jagger Neves on 1st down. He rumbles ahead for a quick 8 yards, and the Broncos really in business now. 62 yards already for the San Juan senior. And the Broncos with a 2nd down and 3. Flags fly as San Juan snaps the ball. That'll stop the clock with 7:54 to go in the opening quarter. The Broncos are leading by a touchdown, 7-0. And the official's going to call Barkley Christensen to midfield here.
I wonder if they want to look at
a number.
Something's going on the sidelines, maybe. I don't know, but it's interesting here. Yeah, I think they're going to kick one of our sideline crew off.
Huh.
Chain gang, because they're over there talking to him.
Okay, so and this may
What did they
result.
call?
Oh, they're saying get back, I guess, back up
Oh.
away from the sideline. So that's some sort of sideline warning, I guess. And they're not going to mark off any yardage, so they threw the flag just, I guess, to mark a warning here.
I'm not sure because it was called on the opposite side. So how's the sideline warning over here? It's got to be something to do with the crew over there.
Interesting. 2nd down and 3. Bo Yeomans looks to pass on 2nd down. Throws into the end zone. A lot of coverage there, and it's going to be picked off. A huge interception for Beaver.
They say incomplete,
incomplete.
out of bounds.
He was out of bounds. Okay. That's a big break for San Juan, as that time Yeomans overthrew his intended man, who was 84, Mike and Keith. And so the incompletion will give San Juan second life with 3rd and 3.
And Mikan did go up for this pass to fight with him. I think that's what happened is his left, the defensive back's left foot maybe comes down on the line. Trying to look at the replay again.
That's a big break. I think the replay's already passed us.
Yep. But I think that's why, obviously,
here we go,
both,
right here.
both officials called it that way. So
we're going to get it right
big
here
break
on
for
the stream.
San Juan.
Yeah, his foot had to have been on the line right there. So that's a big break for San Juan. Looks like we might. Oh, I thought we were about to get the in zone view, but no, it's a touchdown anyway for San Juan as they hand. Oh, Bo Yeomans keeps it and goes right up the middle for his 2nd touchdown of the season. And so from, I believe, 14 yards out, the Broncos score to make it 13-0. Wow, Bo Yeomans does it with his legs. And San Juan up by 2 scores early.
Great read there by the quarterback and great push. He got stopped about half a yard, and he just kept his feet driving and got in the end zone.
And Trip Palmer boots the PAT through, so he is 2 for 2 on the evening, and the Broncos lead it 14-0. And we are still not 5 minutes into this contest yet, 7:42 remaining in the opening quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll return to the San Juan High School football field, where the San Juan Broncos lead it 14-0 over the Beaver Beavers. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 435-678-3869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're brought to you in part tonight by Bradford Tire. At the center of it all at 39 East Center in Blanding, Colleen Kays, author of the 7 Dynamos of Organizational Power and Creative Floors, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs. And that's a bit tongue-in-cheek there, Art, covering all of San Juan County's carpet and flooring needs. I love it. I love it. That's just creative writing is all that is.
That's right.
San Juan kicks it off now for the 2nd time tonight after they've scored 2 touchdowns. That's going to be a legal procedure as Trip Palmer boots that one out of bounds on the far side right around the 20. So Beaver's going to get this at the 35 with 7:42 to go. And what do you got to do now if you're Beaver down 2 scores here early in this one?
Well, here's the reason why Beaver's coach was like, we got to keep pace. We got to, get off the field. We can't let them score and get into a running contest because their offense isn't built to score points quickly like San Juan with the spread. Their offense is to methodically go down the field, wear you down. And when you've got a team as big as San Juan's and they're rotating their interior linemen every couple plays, it's hard to wear a team down like that.
Well, we'll see what they can do on their second series. The quarterback's going to take it into his own hands. Davin Orton will rumble ahead around the right end here for 5 quick yards to the 40. And so that's equals his longest rush of the game tonight so far. They didn't have a whole lot of plays in that first series.
Yeah, I think down 14-0, if you're Beaver, you just stick to your offensive game plan. Try to march down the field here. You got a quarter and a half to still go and score. So you just try to put points on the board on this drive. I don't think you're too nervous at this point.
On 2nd down, and looks like they only gave him 4. I heard a whistle. I do hear a flag. They did blow the play down as this kid was about to run for a touchdown. And I don't even have 3 on my list here as far as who's going to be doing stuff. That's Waylon
on this list. It
Pender.
says it's
Oh, Dub Pinder. They call him Dub. That's a nickname, obviously. Waylon Dub Pinder. Well, I don't know if that's hearkening back to Waylon Jennings and dubbing recordings, or if I don't know how you get the nickname Dub. But anyway, he was about to take it to the house, but it came back on a penalty that whistled the play down. So that's a break for San Juan, I tell you.
Yeah, he definitely hit the crease there and hit the gas. One guy to beat, and obviously Mike and Keith, the defender there, pulled up because he heard the whistle. But so you don't know if he'd have made the tackle there or not. But a great, a timely penalty for the Broncos defense.
I didn't even see where he came from. He must have come from the slot back or wide receiver slot. But now right up the middle again, the quarterback is hit hard by Jagger Neves, but he's going to knock him ahead for what looks like to be about 10 yards. Oh, no, it's going to be 9 yards on the carry that time for Davin Orton.
Yeah, I think if you're Beaver, you just keep handing your studs the rock, let them do some damage here, and just keep that clock moving and go try to get in the red zone.
Davin Orton working from under center. He'll hand off again to that same man. And so Dub Pinder going to be getting the football here coming out of that slot back spot. So I guess I need to list him as a running back. They've got several running backs on the depth chart here, but I guess this kid needs to be listed.
Yeah, and he comes through there and hits that gap and just keeps chugging his feet, and with forward progression, he's going to get the first down.
So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to handle that. Maybe I've got a number that's incorrect. I didn't have him listed, so at any rate, he's carries the ball here for a first down for 3 yards. And so a new set of downs for the first time tonight for Beaver, and they're going to take advantage of it as they get another quick 4 yards here on the ground. And that's not a surprise. That's what they're going to do a lot, is keep it on the ground. That was Davis Carter
17.
carrying that. Was 17, excuse me.
Yeah, and I think when he watches film, he's gonna hear his coach say, "Hey, that should have been a pitch out to that halfback," because he had nothing but daylight on that outside.
So that was the quarterback that time running?
Yep, he kept the ball, but he should have pitched it.
Gotcha. So he gets a quick 4 yards. Excuse me, I thought that was going to be Davis Carter carrying, but 21 yards rushing now for the senior QB for Beaver as he takes the snap from the shotgun this time. And he'll hit the hole hard off left tackle. He's going to go ahead for a Beaver first down. That's a 10-yard gain for the senior quarterback.
And you've obviously got a spark in your quarterback who thinks, hey, I'm going to get this done myself, if nothing else. And kudos, just keep giving that kid the ball. Let him do his thing. Call your play. Let him make the read. If he thinks it's there, let him go for it, because he's obviously picking up chunks of yard. And this is what this offense is built for, is exactly this. 3 downs, move the chains. 3 downs, move the chains, and score touchdowns.
It's a new set of downs in San Juan territory at the 41. This time he'll hand off to another one of those slot backs, and he'll carry ahead down near the San Juan 30. That's a pickup of 9 more. And that guy, I've got Jex Bradshaw in here, so a 9-yard run for him.
Jex Bradshaw, state champion wrestler right there.
All
that
right.
kid's phenomenal on the wrestling mat.
So he gives them a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down and 1. Beaver moving the football now on this San Juan defense. And they look to the sideline for the play. They'll split a man wide out there. Number 44, Hazen Albrecht, heading out that direction. Couple of guys split wide left. Tight slot backs on the right side. They'll fake the handoff to one of those guys, and now the quarterback, Orton, hits the outside down the sideline. He goes down near the San Juan 10.
And he's just hitting that edge faster than the defense can react to it. They're going to have to widen out somewhere, whether it's an end or an outside back, or someone's going to have to widen and stay home on those quicker end rounds, because that's all he's doing, Rhett. He's just beating him to the corner, and no one's there to turn him back in or cut him out.
That's another first down for Beaver, and the quarterback has carried the ball 7 times for 52 yards. This time he will hand to Davis Carter, as a lot of guys touching the ball now for Beaver, and a quick 5 yards again. And right now the San Juan D doesn't have an answer for this Beaver running game.
Yeah, they've got them on their heels. Beaver is just reeling off the yards here, and they're getting tired just like the defense is getting tired. You see the quarterback 17 down there with his hands on his hips, hunched over, trying to get some air in his lungs. So it's going to be who wants to stand tall, who has the biggest guts here to make a big stop or to get in the end zone.
And they'll bring it back to the line of scrimmage with 3:50 left in this first quarter. San Juan leads 14-0, but that 2-touchdown lead is in jeopardy. Beaver is driving, but this time the San Juan D pours into the backfield and stops the quarterback for a loss.
Yeah, that time they didn't get around Tripp. He stayed home. He chopped his feet, and he makes a great tackle stop there for the Broncos defense, just squaring up. And 36 there for the Beavers. Man, he just didn't get that seal, and that's what you need. You need your outside guys to get off that block, to not let them seal you down inside so you can set that edge, turn everything out to the sidelines, use that 12th man, or turn them back into the heart of your defense.
And it will be a big 3rd down here. This is 4-down territory, obviously, inside the San Juan red zone, but 3rd down and 9 here. San Juan looking for a big stop. Orton rolls to his right, has a man absolutely uncovered on the near side and unable to connect as Hazen Albrecht dropped the football.
Yeah, great routes there by the Beavers, but when you don't pass the ball a lot and you don't catch the ball a lot, that's what happens sometimes is you just don't have those soft hands. And fortunate for the Broncos, incomplete. Unfortunate for the Beavers because, yeah, he was open. He's not going to score there, but he's going to pick up 5-6 yards, put them inside the 10.
And so that stops the clock with just under 3 minutes to go in this ball game. That's the first attempt of the game for Davin Orton, and it's incomplete. He'll roll out again, looking to go to the air. And he throws right through another intended receiver's hands, and a lot of coverage there. I dare say all those Bronco bodies had Caleb Carter a little bit nervous in there, and he was unable to pull that in.
Yeah, and he was open again. They've run that a couple of times to that side where they have gotten in that little bubble zone right there, that 5 to 8 yards past the line of scrimmage where San Juan has dropped back so deep, there's no one right there, and that can be dangerous if Beaver can start catching some footballs.
So, man, what a great drive for Beaver, but it comes to an end as San Juan gets back-to-back incompletions on the first 2 pass attempts from Davin Orton, and that ends the drive right at the San Juan 10-yard line. A tough break for Beaver, down by 2 scores. So now the Broncos have got to drive most of the field here, and they've shown all the ability to do that so far in this game. They'll throw to the outside, and that's going to be pulled down by Brig Palmer right on the sideline for a 13-yard pass from Bo Yeomans.
Yeah, great catch. Brig goes up, climbs the ladder to make that catch. Great catch by Brig. Great concentration to watch it in. He was in double coverage. So if he doesn't go up the ladder, that could be a bad deal for Yeomans. 1st and 10
for San Juan, and they'll go to the ground on 1st down, and a quick 4 yards for the Broncos. Stetson Black getting his first carry of the ball game, and some of that backup work last week has earned him a spot to at least come in a slight rotation with Jagger Neves here.
No, you've got both of those guys in now.
Okay, so
we're going to have a flag.
And we got a flag on this play. Let's see. It was a pass and catch from Yeomans to Neves. Almost said Nieves there, but
he likes to go by that, by the way.
I know.
He feels it's his lucky.
I was caught myself listening to the PA, so I know that's kind of a nickname for him. So it's going to be a 2-yard catch, and then they're going to mark off the penalty yardage is what's going to be there.
Yeah, I got a holding here on San Juan. But, yeah, there for a second they had their big set in where they go both Black and Neves in the backfield.
And so they're going to set the chains back. It'll be 2nd down and long for San Juan. Yeomans right back to the air. Finds Cole Duke on the far sideline. He is knocked out of bounds, or he was about to head down the sideline for a lot of yardage.
Yeah, no kidding. If he'd had another yard to the outside there, Rhett, he's gone. I guarantee you he just half a shoe over that line, but he was on his horse.
That's a 12-yard catch for the senior. Bo Yeomans is heating up here. Of course, he threw for a lot of yardage last week. He's thrown for a lot already here in this first quarter. He's not going to run for a lot right here, though. Maybe 1.5 yards on a little scamper off left guard. We'll give him 2. A little bit of hometown favoritism here, so he's got 14 yards rushing by my book. He's going to immediately go to the air in this hurry up and incomplete on the far side. We do have flags coming in over there, though.
Yeah,
by the way, this is on 4th down here.
Yeah,
so
right when the receiver turned, the Beaver defender bumped him in the back.
And this will be a big call on 4th down here for San Juan.
Yep, impeded his progression is what the officials are calling, so they're going to give a pass interference.
That will move the chains.
Give you a free 1st down. We like those ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are money 1st downs.
That's a tough one if you're Beaver. You had a chance to get off the field right there, and you can't do that against this team. And so it'll be 1st and 10 by virtue of a penalty here on 4th down for San Juan. That'll move the ball all the way out near midfield at the 48-yard line.
And here's the thing with both these coaches, Rhett. Whoever gets up, they're not going to take their foot off the gas pedal. This is one of those games that means a lot to these coaches. So whoever gets up, they're going to keep going.
And 1st down, San Juan continues to go hurry up. We got some ominous clouds around. Of course, we did pass along that flash flood warning in the Deer Creek burn area a little bit early on. I didn't see, was that Trip Palmer catching right there?
No, that was a run up the middle by Stetson Black.
Excuse me, Stetson Black with 4 yards on his 2nd carry of the night. Thank you, Art. 2nd down. I got actually a minute to look at him in formation here. We don't get that luxury often with this offense. They'll go back to the main running back, Jagger Neves, and he will carry ahead for another 4. So back-to-back 4 yards runs, and the Broncos are 2 yards away from moving the chains. 66 yards rushing for Jagger Neves already in this game. They'll go to him again. He bounces to the outside, tries to lean in for a 1st down, and he's going to get it as he picks up 3 and moves the Broncos' chains down to around the 40-yard line of Beaver.
Good recognition by Jagger as you see him run out there. He wanted to bounce out a little further, and then he looked at the sticks like, nope, I got to pick up this 1st down, so he just backed his way into it.
We're into the final minute of this opening quarter. The Broncos lead by 2 touchdowns. Here's a pass to the flat, trying to cut back inside and go around a defender was Brig Palmer, but a good open field tackle by Albrecht here for Beaver.
Yeah, and unfortunately his outside receiver didn't quite hold the block long enough for that play to develop. That's a long play, right?
Yes, yes. And now Yeomans throws over the left side on a bit of a slant to Brig Palmer. That will pick up a hard-earned 5 yards.
Yeah, and they went high and low on him. I'm surprised you don't get a defenseless receiver out right there.
So 3rd down, and this will probably be the final play of the 1st quarter as Yeomans throws incomplete. That bounced off the hand, so excuse me, I'll have to rein that back in. That incompletion is going to bring up a 4th down and another opportunity at a play here for the San Juan Broncos. And that's number 84 who came in, or who that was intended to. Mike and Keith, excuse me. So we'll see what the Broncos do here on 4th down, and this could be the final play of the quarter. Down to 10 seconds to go. Yeoman scrambles. He'll finally throw late, dumps it off to Brig Palmer at the 30 on the sideline, and that'll be just enough for a 1st down for San Juan, a 7-yard completion.
Man, that's hard to teach right there, Rhett. To a young quarterback, even old quarterbacks, to keep your eyes downfield when you're scrambling, you're running out of the pocket. At first, I know Bo's thinking, hey, I got to pick up this 1st down, but he's so aware still that he keeps his eyes downfield and he notices there's Brig wide open, so, hey, I'm going to dump it over to him. Great recognition by a young quarterback.
Beautiful play. He was scrambling for his life until he was able to dump that off. We've got what I thought was an official's timeout. Still 6.5 seconds showing remaining in the quarter. And so
I wouldn't doubt San Juan calling this timeout. I wasn't paying attention because we were talking about
it. It was a timeout, okay.
But I'm pretty sure that San Juan wants to score one more time in this quarter.
14-0 right now. They're going to try to make it a 3 TD lead. And we're Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, brought to you tonight in part by Crowley Construction. Dirt, roads, driveways, and more. For any job, big or small, call Crowley Construction. Dependable Auto Repair. Count on their team of ASE certified technicians for all your auto service. And Diamond Designs, offering a wide variety of quality customized products. Here we go, 1st and 10, ball is on the turf. Yeomans picked that up like he was supposed to. Guns it to the back of the end zone, incomplete. That was an absolute bomb. Once he dropped the ball, he knew he had to huck it. He could have reined it in about 2, maybe 3 yards, and he would have had a touchdown. He threw it about as hard as he could right there, and it went out the back of the end zone.
Well, that was just excitement right there. Got happy feet. Ball's on the ground. He doesn't know where the defenders are coming from. You kind of feel that unknown pressure. You know that the ball's on the ground, so defenders are coming hard, and you can't see them. You don't know where they're coming from, and you just want to get that ball out of your hands, and that right there is just, like I said, on the other play earlier with Duke, and Duke again, if it had another yard.
I'd love to see that one. I'd love to see that one again when we come back. But the quarter's over. After one quarter, it's 14-0 for San Juan. We're going to take a break. We'll return for the start of the 2nd quarter. Stay with us live from the San Juan High School football field. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Here at Lyle Northern Electric, we take pride in our highly qualified team, dedicated to serving our community. Whether you need commercial, residential, or solar electrical services, our certified experts are ready to meet your needs. We are proud to support our community, especially our youth and high school athletics. Lyle Northern Electric, serving our community since 1957.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Welcome back to San Juan High School Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Looks like we had a completion to Trip Palmer here. I'll have to get the yardage here in just a minute, but the Broncos are down inside the Beaver 15 again, knocking on the door as we are just underway in the second quarter. And actually looks like I guess we came back from commercial after that play, so I didn't get to see that.
It's right here.
I didn't see the yardage again, but it's 2nd and 11 right now as Yeomans passes over the middle, complete into a crowd of players down there near the 11-yard line. I didn't see who caught that either. Trip Palmer, I guess, on that. They're going to give him 3 yards, it looks like. And so Palmer makes another catch. Actually, he had made another one as well. Now Yeomans has to scramble, rolls out to his right, throws against his body, and it's going to be intercepted this time in the field of play.
Nope.
It'll be a touchback, and so that is the 4th turnover of the season for Bo Yeomans, who was running to his right and tried to throw completely back against his body there. I know he had a man for a minute, but it didn't work out for him that time.
Yeah, just that passing lane closed up so quick, just trying to make something out of nothing for Bo, and unfortunately turns the ball over.
So it will be 1st and 10 for Beaver on the first turnover of the ball game, and we'll see if Beaver can take advantage of the mistake as they will go to the ground on a quarterback sweep here. The lead blocker came out and went on downfield while the Broncos got behind him and dropped Davin Orton for a couple-yard loss.
Yeah, Mike and Keith over there on the sure-handed tackle.
So nice open field defense for the Broncos. Mike and Keith, we are just over a minute into this second quarter. Broncos lead at 14-0, but just missed an opportunity to make it 21-0 as Beaver gets the huge interception in the end zone. That's the second ball they've intercepted in the end zone tonight, but the first one, the man had his foot on the back line, so it didn't count. This time it does count. Now Orton scrambling for his life, throws on the run, incomplete over here on the near side.
I swear number 6 reached up and grabbed Cole Duke by the jersey to impede him on going for the ball, which would be offensive pass interference, but it goes uncalled.
And so the incompletion brings up a 3rd down as Beaver catches a break. But a big 3rd down here for both teams. Beaver is pinned inside inside their own 20 with a 3rd down and 12. And so the Broncos looking for a stop. You'd likely earn a punt here if you could stop them on this play. And Orton will roll out to his left on a design rollout. He throws a bullet over here to the near sideline, but it hits the turf, incomplete. And that will bring up a 4th and long for the Beavers inside their own red zone.
Yeah, and you can see Beaver going uncharacteristic right now, trying to throw that ball, spreading out their offense, and just trying to throw it downfield. When you're only down 14-0, I know there's still 10 minutes left in this quarter. You hate to see coaches get out of who they are, and they think they got to get in a hurry here. You're only down 2 touchdowns, but great defense by San Juan to drop back into coverage and shut down those passing lanes.
And senior quarterback for Beaver, Davin Orton, now 0 of 4 to start the night, as his team will have to punt it away. And this ball is severely shanked, came right toward us. And so that will be a very short punt, only to the 32. And so net, that's only about a 14-yard punt for Beaver, and the Broncos are set up with good field position now with a new set of downs just outside the Beaver 30.
Yeah, we're aided by the wind on that one. Last week we were cussing the wind up at Snow, and now tonight that flag is blowing directly to the west, and that's exactly how that punt went.
Well, I'll tell you, it went off the side of the foot as well, so that was ugly from the start. And San Juan will take it as Bo Yeomans brings the offense back on the field. He'll hand off to Jagger Neves, who goes off right end over here on the near side and goes for about 4 yards for San Juan.
And the wind is picking up. That'll affect both teams in the passing game for sure.
And so San Juan again tries to go to the air, and Bo Yeomans again throws incomplete over the middle this time, and that was fortunate throwing into traffic.
Yeah, and George McNaughton right there in the middle, and you'd like to see him just sit on that route because he had so much open space. As a receiver, you got to recognize when you run out there and no one's with you and you're open in that zone, you just got to sit around and give your quarterback a big target to hit.
So back-to-back incompletions for the sophomore San Juan quarterback, an interception and incomplete now, 3rd down and 7 for San Juan. Yeomans pumps fakes, now throws up top over the middle, and Cole Duke battles for that one up in the air. And some good defense by Beaver that time as well, and neither of them can come up with it. Davis Carter in coverage, and it will bring up a 4th down very quickly for San Juan.
Yeah, you feel bad for Cole. He has been so close on a bunch of plays, man, just battling for everything out there. And one of these, he's going to get one of these.
Yeah, that one knocked around like a pinball and just flopped down to the turf. Now Yeomans again with the pump fake. Now he throws hard over the middle, and incomplete again, intended for Duke. And so 3 straight incompletions after the Broncos got a couple yards on a run from Jagger Neves, and that will turn the ball right back over to Beaver on downs.
Yeah, tight window there. He'd have to really squeeze that in there to get that completion. Luckily, it falls to the ground, and at the end of the day, you'd rather just have that an incomplete turnover on downs than another interception on the young quarterback.
So 1st down and 10 for Beaver, who get a huge stop here defensively against San Juan, and they'll send a man in motion, hand to that man from the slot back position. He'll try to cut it up on right end, and he does get 5 yards.
A nice jet sweep there. They had him in the backfield. I think 2 Broncos got a paw on him, but he was able to stick his foot in the dirt, cut up field, and pick up 6 yards, like you said, Rhett. So good little jet sweep run there by number 6.
Yeah, and I've had the wrong running backs listed, I guess. That's Noah Wolf. We'll put his name down here. I had him. Nope. I had him somewhere else. I guess I had him as a receiver, so he must be both. I guess all these guys probably do double duty, as this time the man who was listed as their number 1 running back, Bridger Blackner, carries this time and moves the chains for Beaver. So they've got, let's see, I can't remember the
like
first.
A 6-yard run.
6-yard run right there. They'll hand off again on a counter this time. Rumbling forward is another ball carrier for Beaver. Let's see who gets up 32 this time. So we got a 6-yarder here. Now we got 32. Jex Bradshaw carrying for about 3. I think that first run was probably about 6 or so for Noah Wolf.
Yeah, when you run as much as Beaver does, you got to run a lot of backs because you're going to get banged up.
So 2nd down and 7, we'll call it, as they hand off, I think, again to Blackner here. And he'll go ahead for about 4. That was Blackner. And I'm surprised he hasn't carried the ball more. That's 10 yards for him on 3 carries, unless I've missed something. Yeah, that wind has swirled back around, Art. Those clouds are blowing from our rear, which will be the west, and now the wind coming from the east right into our faces here in the booth. So we can't get away from the wind this season, man.
Tell you, it must like us, but it sure does cool down things.
It does. It's nice, but these ominous clouds swirling around. Obviously, storms in the area tonight with some flash flooding happening in the Deer Creek burn scar, so just be aware of that. As Beaver's going to call a timeout on a 3rd and 3 here, just shy of midfield. 7:46 to go in the opening half now. The Broncos are up by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. We'll step aside and return to the San Juan High School football field. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand Counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. No.
Too many runners.
Welcome back to San Juan High School. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. Out of this Beaver timeout, it's a 3rd down and 3 for the Beavers. They're at their own 48 here, trying to move the chains for the second time. They send 2 guys in motion here. We had an end go in motion and also a slot back, and they'll run right to that spot where those guys landed, right to the sticks. It'll depend on the spot here.
I think you got him marked back here almost by the 50, so it's going to be 4th down.
It'll be shy. So a couple-yard gain. Who was the ball carrier that time? Did you see?
I did not.
I didn't either. I think it might have been number 6 carrying.
I was trying to watch the first down marker here.
I think it was 6, so that's what I'll say. Noah Wolf.
Great job by San Juan's defense to not let him lean forward on that. They bent him over backward and just kept chugging. Pushed him back. Great stop there.
So 4th down and 1 now, right at midfield for the Beavers with the clock running down near 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. It's 14-0 for San Juan. Here is Davin Orton from the shotgun, and he'll go ahead for plenty of yardage into San Juan territory down around the 40. That's a pickup of 10. And you'd call that a wildcat if it wasn't the quarterback, man. He hit the hole hard off right tackle there.
Yeah, and that was, I was going to say, in this situation, you're going to give that ball to your quarterback. He's shown his grit and his determination to pick up yards, and exactly what Beaver does. And, man, it's just hard to key off of one guy in this style of offense, and credit those defenders to just get him down.
Looks like they're going to actually only give him 8 right there, so I'm going to say 52, I guess. Sorry, 54 yards for him, and now he's going to go to the house with a pass, and he connects down inside the 5. It's going to be a 1st and goal for Beaver on a 36-yard pass.
Wow, what a play design by Coach Marshall over there for the Beavers. Lull your defense in, get them complacent, let it, and then just fly by them with one of your slots and just throw that ball up, a little play action, and then go for it. And good job, good play call there.
How about that for the first completion of the night for this passing game for Davin Orton, a 36-yarder. Sets him up right outside the door, knocking, and he's going to rumble in with a huge hit. What a play by the quarterback as he inserts himself in the end zone and cuts into this San Juan lead with the first Beaver touchdown of the night. That's a 5-yard TD run for the senior quarterback. Wow. Talk about taking it in their own hands. I didn't know what happened there. I thought we got shot with a gun in here. What in the world?
One of these programs just blew up and smacked me in the face, man. This wind is getting...
Yeah, we can't get away from the wind, and now we're about to have dust in our face. I think we're going to maybe have to bring this down here in a smidge. We'll see. We can't get away from the wind this season. We're in here joking in the booth as that kick is up and good. So a 5-yard TD run for Davin Orton cuts the San Juan lead in half. It's 14-7 now with 6:12 to go. And Art, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Beaver. That really keeps them in this thing.
Yeah, if you're San Juan, you were doing so good in almost every facet of the game. A couple of turnovers, and then just a big trick play. What are you going to do? You don't play a deep safety. You're all up in the front. You're trying to play man on man, and they just sneak one back on you. And honestly, that's what those kind of offenses do. They lull you into the run, and then they just, at the right time, and luckily for them, they catch the ball because they've had a couple of wide open ones they've dropped too.
Well, so the lead has been cut in half. I'm just trying to hang on to my paperwork again. This is like deja vu. That is the second rushing touchdown. That's the third rushing touchdown this season for Davin Orton. And I didn't mark down the San Juan touchdown was Bo Yeoman's second rushing touchdown of the year. And now San Juan will get a chance to return a kick. And it's Mike and Keith working his way down the near sideline, but we're going to get a hold on this return. And so this is going to pin San Juan deep. The return came just outside the 20 to the 21, but it will not stand.
Yeah, we got a flag on our sideline over here, which indicates a holding by the up blocker.
We're just trying to work. I'm sorry, guys. I got to take this off. We got too much wind.
Trying to close some windows here so Rhett's papers don't blow away.
Yeah, we got a camera attached to that window, so that'll help us out a little. But sorry about the dead air, folks. Just trying to, we don't sometimes have the best environment.
Is the ball on the ground? Is the ball on the ground? We're going to see what the officials, because all the players started scrambling once Jagger hit the ground. So we'll see if they think he was down by contact, and that's what they ruled it. So, but even Jagger thought it might have been a fumble because he went scraping for that football.
And you can't afford that right now if you're San Juan after allowing a touchdown. That's a big run for the Broncos, a 7-yarder for the San Juan senior Jagger Neves. Thanks for keeping up for me, Art, while I was out of commission.
We got a Beaver kid with his helmet that's messed up, so he's going to have to go off for a play to fix his helmet.
It's turned weird all of a sudden in this game as the Beavers are able to score. And San Juan trying to get the offense back in gear as Yeomans goes to the air, completes it far side. Weaving his way through the D is Brig Palmer, and he's on the move all the way out to midfield as he's slung down there. But a huge pickup, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30-yard pass and catch.
Nice catch and run by the sophomore, Brig Palmer, sophomore to sophomore there, quarterback and receiver. Great run by Brig Palmer.
He's been the go-to guy, 56 yards receiving for Brig Palmer in this first half.
False start.
So that will mark him back 5, but a first down and 10 right at midfield for the Broncos. It'll be 1st and 15 now. 5:27 to go in this opening half. As the Broncos' lead has been cut in half. It's 14-7 now. So the Broncos desperately now, I would say, would like to add some points here in this second quarter. And they're on the move as Bo Yeomans will play action in the backfield. He'll get that penalty yardage back. 5-yard run for the sophomore quarterback, his first carry of the second quarter.
Yeah, nice little run there. Nice little pickup on first down to make your 2nd and 10.
So Yeomans will continue from the shotgun. The Broncos a 2nd down now. He'll pitch to Jagger Neves out of the backfield. Neves has a crease, and as we know, that's all he needs. He'll rumble ahead for 8 yards for the Broncos into Beaver territory at the 42.
San Juan go quick here, already in their action.
And Neves came in as a blocker late. I didn't see who carried.
Neves carried, but he ran right into the defender. He's not going to pick up
only
the first
1 yard.
down.
Yeah, 1 yard on that carry that time. So after the 8-yard run, just 1 yard here, and the Broncos face another 4th down, trying not to turn the ball over on downs for the 2nd time in a row. Yeomans will hand to Neves, and they will get the stop. Beaver stops Jagger Neves at the line of scrimmage, and that will give the ball back to Beaver, who now have the momentum and the football with 4:27 to go.
Yeah, and kind of disheartening there for the Bronco offense. Now they got to give the ball back, and Beaver is on a high now. So you really got to get your defense to stand tall here, step up, and get a 3 and out. You cannot let Beaver go down and score and tie this game up going into halftime if you're San Juan.
So 1st and 10 for the Beavers, who have stopped the Broncos 3 times in a row now. But the Broncos now pour into the backfield for Beaver and stop this running back for no gain. Davis Carter with his 2nd carry of the night runs for no yardage. So 5 yards on 2 carries for him. I mainly have to talk my way through these stats, Art. There have been, let's see, 6 running backs, I think, so far in this game for Beaver. No, 7 if you count the quarterback,
yeah, I
which
believe
you have
it.
to.
Heavy run offense, man. That's their style, and that's Coach Marshall. He just wants to pound you into submission.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Beavers on their own side of midfield. Who is this with the football?
Quarterback.
So he'll go for 4 yards. Davin Orton, he's a fast kid, I'll tell you, and strong.
Well, and he wants to go downhill with that ball, man. He's not afraid to call his own number and to put the game on his back.
And the Beavers trying to tie the game on this possession, down just 14-7. 3:25 to go in this first half.
This is where the clock is not Beaver's friend, as they're more methodical.
We're getting into the game that we expected to see between these two teams now, as Davin Orton definitely in a rhythm as he connects with ease over on the far side, and that's going to be a big gain. That'll be a gain of 5, 10, and it looks like 15, 14 yards, 13 yards on that pass. His 2nd completion of the night gives him 49 yards on those 2 completions.
And that went to number 16, Davis Carter. So this Beaver offense on the move with a new set of downs in San Juan territory now. 1st and 10 at the Bronco 40.
3:10 left. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock, which benefits Beaver greatly here.
So if you're the San Juan defense, what do you need to do to slow this thing down?
Man, you just got to make tackles wrap up. They're letting them bounce too many 1-2 guys.
A lot of flags come in as they hand off to Bridger Blackner. He goes ahead for short yardage, but we'll see it's coming back on a hold, so never mind about that. That'll be a repeat the down play, so this is going to be 1st and long.
And you asked what San Juan needs to do. Well, they need
Beaver
to hold a few more times.
That's right.
So if you
that
can
helps.
If you can get the offense to push themselves back, then it takes a lot of pressure off the defense.
Yeah, that makes it 1st and 20, so that's a big thing. All the way back into their own territory for Beaver. And as you mentioned, the clock not their friends. Down near 3 minutes to go here in this first half. San Juan's hanging on to the 14-7 lead. Beaver's got the momentum, though. Beautiful play action in the backfield, had everybody fooled, and Davin Orton gets all that yardage back and more. As he's going to go, it looks like he gets right back to the original line of scrimmage on a 10-yard run.
I think they're going to give him one, so it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, so 11 yards on the carry. Sometimes I just got to wait another couple seconds and they get the official spot. A lot of movement among the offensive front here as they're all trying to figure out where they're supposed to be. Plenty of time still to go to snap this, though. Orton will drop back. Had protection for a minute. Now the pocket collapses. He scrambles very effectively and gets near the sticks, as that will be a 9-yard gain, and we'll see if that's enough to move the chains.
Yeah, let's see here if they decide they're 3rd down on the box, but it's 3rd down.
So yard shy, or half yard shy, inches shy. So as the knee goes down, it's where the ball is, and it's at the San Juan 31.5 or 31-yard line. So they need to get inside the 31 to move the chains.
2 minutes, Rhett.
Yeah, and there's no 2-minute warning here in high school ball. So the clock continues to run. Beaver, as you said, just methodically working it down the field, but they are indeed working it down the field. Davin Orton doesn't have a whole lot of crease to work with over there, but he has just what he needs as he slips ahead for 2 yards and a new set of downs for the Beavers.
Yeah, you like that play because it moves the chains, but you don't like the play because as soon as they set the ball, that clock's going to start to roll. So you did not, your clock's moving here, but you need the 1st down. So now you got to get to the ball quick.
And I believe 2 timeouts remaining for Beaver in this first half as Orton works in the shotgun this time. He'll look downfield, and boy, that ball was a dead duck right when he released it. It nosed down and went right down into the turf, incomplete. So after 49 yards on 2 passes, an incompletion again for Davin Orton drops him to 2 of 7 on the night.
Yeah, luckily for San Juan there, but if he wouldn't have thrown such a duck, it may get picked off here by the San Juan
and that may have been why he threw it down in that vicinity. I don't know. As he didn't have anybody open, the play may not have developed right there. So 2nd down and 10 for Beaver. San Juan looking for a stop. Ball at the San Juan 30-yard line. Beaver on the move here. A late blitz forces Orton to release the ball to the near side. He completes the pass for 4 yards. And that is number 3. I've got him as a running back on the back of my sheet, Waylon Dub Pender.
The Dub man. Brings up 3rd down.
So a lot of work for 3 yards right there. So big 3rd down for the San Juan D. And for Beaver, it's 4-down territory. Looks like Coach Marshall is going to elect to call a timeout here after a lot of time ticked down.
Well, I'm not sure he wanted to call that timeout, but there was a lot of confusion with the tight end, I believe, or the slot, trying to figure out what side to go to, the quarterback trying to direct traffic, and no one's on the same page. So a great timeout by Beaver to talk it over. But, that benefits San Juan as well. You get your defense over. You get to be able to talk to your defensive coach, your head coach. You get to, hey, this is what we need to watch for. This is what we saw on film in this kind of situation, short time, 3rd down, our side of the field. Teams tend to run a lot of the same stuff in those situations. If they're going to run a trick play, you may be able to, if you've scouted them really well, that you may be telling your defensive backs, your linebacker, hey, watch for this rotation, watch for this motion. If this what happens, then we got to cover this side or whatever. So it's a chess match out there.
And a lot of dust blowing across the field right now as well. That might be a factor. A lot of wind as the flags have been sticking out sideways from the east for a while. When this game started, the wind was west to east. That has changed. Here's a big third down for Beaver out of this timeout. They'll fake the handoff again. We got flags in the backfield, so this will be coming back. But I tell you what, this quarterback, Davin Orton, continues to get positive yardage against the San Juan D. These play actions are effective, and it's getting them some yardage.
So they called hands to the face. I saw a holding out here on George McNaughton. That they were holding him, but they called hands to the face. No, they called face mask.
Face mask,
it looks like.
yep.
So, but yeah, they definitely had something. They had a hold of George for sure.
So that's only a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 3rd down and 9 again for Beaver.
Inadvertent then.
And again, if you're Beaver trying to conserve the clock, these plays that are taking time off and then you're not getting any yardage are hurting you. So 3rd down and 9, just 59 seconds left, and now the clock will roll here in this first half. And here is Orton dropping back. He'll throw right side or over the middle, and flags fly, but the ball is caught by Beaver, but a whole bunch of flags coming in there.
We'll see if they're going to give a PI here.
This will be 1st and goal at the 5 on a big gain. If it stands, it's a 25-yard pass for Orton, and the penalty will be on the Broncos, so it will stand, a 25-yard pass. I didn't see who made that catch. Maybe you get a chance to see it on a replay here. And, I'm going to hope we get a video of him standing.
23.
Oh, it's the running back. Okay, Bridger Blackner makes the catch. And now, meantime,
2nd down.
They run a play up to the goal line, so I missed that trying to see him catch the ball.
35 seconds, clock running.
And so Beaver now with a 2nd and goal on a short gain. I'm guessing that may have been the running back as well. Couple yards, and now the quarterback himself, Orton, tries to punch it in. They're going to give him a down signal at the half-yard line. So another 1-yard run for Davin Orton, and now 3rd and goal. The clock down to 13 seconds to go. They're still not calling a timeout, and we get flags as Beaver snaps the football.
You get a false start.
So trying to hustle up, obviously, trying to not use your timeout, apparently, down to 10 seconds to go, and I don't know if they're aware they have another timeout. Because the clock is going to run here. And so there it goes. The clock will run. I don't know if Beaver's aware. They're not going to maybe get to the line and snap this in time. They do rush to the line, and they snap it. The quarterback from the shotgun, Orton throws close to the goal line. Beaver thinks they have it, and they do. It's a touchdown catch just inside the goal line, and that makes it a 1-point game, 14-13, as the clock goes off.
Now the clock's expired. There's no time left on the clock.
And let's see who makes this extravagant catch, and we've got ourselves a ball game, as that is number 44 on a 1-yard catch. Wow, and that stuns the San Juan crowd here. Let's see, I've got that guy listed somewhere. That's Hazen Albrecht, a huge 1-yard touchdown catch. And now it's all about this PAT, as that's the first touchdown pass of the season for Davin Orton. And, man, you talk about a kid who took that drive on his shoulders and got his team down in position to tie this ball game. I think now because the clock is actually off, the scoreboard is off.
Yeah,
they could still run this PAT.
Yeah,
maybe the refs just need to know. So.
Yeah, and this is a problem that scoreboard's had for a couple of years. It sometimes just inadvertently shuts off. I don't know. There's power bump, the weather, signal. I don't know. But I've personally been running this clock before in junior high games and
it'll betray you.
Had it just shut off.
Say I'm done.
But it still works up here in the booth. We still have access to it here by the clock operator. Just the clock on the field doesn't work.
I think it's pretty evident that clock, as a San Juan Broncos fan, it shut off right when the Beavers scored their touchdown. So that clock called no joy. So players standing around right now awaiting this PAT, but they don't really need the clock on for the PAT. I don't know if they're aware of that, though.
I think the discussion might be, was their timeout, but the time was definitely on the clock when they snapped the ball.
So now they're going to line up and try this PAT. This would tie the ball game at 14 apiece. And on for the PAT here is number 87, who is Emmett Lurth. Let's see, Emmett Lurth, and he missed it, so that's huge. San Juan's lead is intact, 14-13. but maybe not where they wanted to be at halftime in a serious battle with the Beaver Beavers. Art, we did expect a battle here tonight. So 14-13 at half. The Broncos started quick but slowed down. Beaver started a little bit slow and sped up.
It has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. First quarter is all San Juan. Second quarter all Beaver. We're going to have to figure out going to halftime, and both coaching staffs are going to have to make some adjustments on what they saw, because obviously San Juan had Beaver's number going into the second quarter, and then Beaver turned the tables on them. So both coaching staff is going to have to do a good job at figuring out what do we need to do to keep the momentum on our side of the ball.
All right, a 14-13 battle here at halftime. The San Juan Broncos in the lead between these two defending state champions here tonight in the 2025 San Juan home opener. We'll take a break. We'll return with some halftime stats. Stay with us. It's Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
At Red Mechanical, we believe strong communities start with strong support, and that includes cheering on our local high school athletes. We've proudly served the Four Corners with dependable HVAC and plumbing solutions, keeping homes and businesses comfortable season after season. From the field to your front door, we're here for you. Red Mechanical, proud supporters of high school sports and our local communities.
Lee Collision Repair and Restoration in Blanding offers top-quality auto body and glass services. Visit us on North Grayson Parkway or call Jackson at 435-485-0069 today.
San Juan Credit Union, providing exceptional financial products in southeastern Utah for over 60 years, is proud to support our local high schools. With branches in Blanding, Monticello, and Bluff, along with an ATM in Montezuma Creek, access to those products is easier than ever. San Juan Credit Union offers checking and saving accounts, bill pay, a wide array of loans, and much more, all on a full-service website and mobile app. Plus, they're federally insured by the National Credit Union Association. San Juan Credit Union, your money, your future, your credit union.
San Juan County Adult Education empowers adults with technical, business, and college skills to join the workforce. Earn a high school diploma or GED. Visit a USU Learning Center or email gina.grover@sjsd.org to learn more. For over 75 years, San Juan Health has offered top medical care in Blanding, Monticello, and Spanish Valley. Visit sanjuanhealth.org for our services. San Juan Health, chasing perfection since 1947.
Here at Utah-Navajo Health System, our mission statement is we exist to improve your quality of life through comprehensive, self-empowered, culturally sensitive, and amazing customer service.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights halftime show now on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live as the San Juan Royals complete their performance, or the cheerleaders, excuse me, out at midfield here to entertain the crowd during this halftime. But boy, you talk about entertaining. What a battle we got here between these two teams. The San Juan Broncos and Beaver Beavers locked into it. Broncos scoring 14 points in the first half, and Beaver to take a 14-0 lead in that first quarter, and then Beaver scores 2 touchdowns in the second quarter I'll try again. They score 13 points to get back to within 1 point. We do have some first half stats for you, and this, of course, unofficial, just from my tallies here. We're looking at the quarterback that started off, Davin Orton, the senior, 5 of 10 after he went 0 of 4 to start the night. 5 completions in his next 6 attempts, and ended up with the 1-yard touchdown pass, 79 yards for him in that first half. And Hazen Albrecht, the man who caught that pass, and he's been flinging it to running backs a large portion of the night. That really is a big part of this offense, is the running game, and they get their slot backs and their running backs into the passing game as well. This is the first game this year that they've actually activated the passing game in earnest, just trying to kind of match San Juan. But in that first half for Beaver, 126 yards rushing, and 1 rushing touchdown, that one by the quarterback, a 5-yard scamper in the second quarter. Bridger Blackner has 12 yards on 4 carries out of the backfield and a 25-yard reception tonight. 5 yards for Davis Carter on the ground, but 13 through the air on 1 catch. 12 yards on 2 carries for Jex Bradshaw. Waylon Pinder with 3 yards on 1 carry, also a 3-yard reception. Noah Wolf with 8 yards on 2 carries and a 36-yard catch in the first half. So a lot of running backs getting in on it. The only wide receiver I have listed as a wide receiver only, Hazen Albrecht with that 1-yard catch in the first half. Everybody else was out of the running back or slot back position for the Beavers. For San Juan, it was 131 yards passing for Bo Yeomans. He is 12 of 18 so far tonight. At one point, he was 11 of 13, but then 4 straight incompletions late in that half, including an interception, hurt him a little bit. And in the running game, San Juan 116 yards and 2 TDs. A 14-yard rush for Bo Yeomans went into the end zone and a 3-yard rush for Jagger Neves. And those are both the touchdowns. I've got Jagger for 14 carries, 89 yards in the first half. Stetson Black with a couple carries, 8 yards. Trip Palmer, the leading receiver, he's not. Brick Palmer is the leading receiver after that first half with 56 yards so far tonight on 5 catches. Then it's Trip Palmer with 50 yards on 3 catches. Cole Duke has a couple receptions, 23 yards. George McNaughton coming in tonight for Nash Young has 1 catch for 10 yards. And a 2-yard reception for Jagger Neves out of the backfield for San Juan. So it's like you said, Art, it was a tale of 2 quarters with, plain as day in that first half, as all San Juan in the first quarter, pretty much all Beaver in the second.
Yeah, I think Yeomans just tried to start forcing some stuff a little bit, just inexperience as a young quarterback. But overall, he's doing well in this game. I think he just needs to settle down a little bit. Beaver has really gotten after him. They've dropped back a lot into that coverage, played some zone, and I think he just needs to step back and maybe use his check down. Instead of always trying to go down the field deep, use your check down route, use your safety man, and just complete those short mid-range passes in the second half. And then those longer passes are going to open up because you're going to draw the defense up. As far as defensive go, great first quarter. Second quarter, they just kind of started letting stuff get behind them. Now, that's going to happen when you have a running offense and you're just pounding the rock, and then Beaver comes out, and I'm sure that the defense worked on some passing stuff in practice this week with their scout team, but I'm sure the majority of the time was spent defending the run game. And so kudos to Beaver for coming out and switching it up and going more down the field. After the first 4 passes, we thought, well, man, this is going to be a long night if they try to throw the ball. They've kind of opened up and had some good passing routes and some good catches. But if anybody thought this was Beaver was just going to go away because they were down 14-0, if anybody thinks San Juan's just going to go away, they're crazy. These are 2 teams that know how to win, and they pride themselves on being the best. And they're going to come out, and it's going to be another 2-quarter scrap dogfight to see who can come out on top. Right now, San Juan has the 1-point edge by the missed PAT, which benefits them. They're not going to get the ball the second half to start with. That's going to be Beaver, so they're really going to have to make some defensive adjustments. What Beaver has really done is they just relied on their quarterback to just open up their offense because he is just taking the ball end around, and San Juan adjust to it, and they did some good things on the outside. But then Beaver has just been continually running outside, inside, up the middle, and then they draw you in, and then they start throwing it down. So they're going to have to figure out how to stop that, whether they switch their defense and go back to that 3-man front that Bobby likes a lot and see if they can defend the run. Because what that does is it opens up, gives you an extra skill guy out there in the formation to maybe help set the end, cover the pass routes, that intermediate stuff. So it'll be interesting to see if they come back out in a heavy line or if they come back out in Bobby's three-man front.
All right, so we might see adjustments in the second half. It is the halftime show, Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We are going to step aside. When we return on the halftime show, we'll take a look at some scores from around the area, other events going on as we really start to get into full swing here in this fall sports season around the Four Corners area in the Red Rock 92 listening area. Stay with us. It's a 14-13 slim lead for the San Juan Broncos over the Beaver Beavers here tonight on the San Juan High School football field. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Need fast internet in San Juan County? Emory Telecom delivers blazing fast fiber with no contracts and free installation. Power your home with reliable connectivity. Visit emorytelecom.com for details today.
Get the resources and quality of a big school education and the support of a smaller school at Utah State Blanding. Explore over 70 degree and certificate programs to find your perfect fit and experience personalized learning with small class sizes and dedicated faculty while getting the classic college experience. A Utah State education is affordable too, thanks to competitive tuition and tons of scholarship opportunities. Visit blanding.usu.edu to learn more about becoming an Aggie in Blanding.
In career and technical education, your classroom is more than a place to learn. It's where your future begins. Here, you will learn real-world skills, explore your passions, and turn your talent into opportunity. Whether you are drawn to healthcare technology, trades, or design, CTE helps you take that next step with confidence, learn the skills, build your dream, and step into your career, starting today.
Monson's Quality Meat Processing and Blanding provides processing for both wild and domestic animals. They also carry USDA choice steaks, ground beef, and 14 unique flavors of handmade bratwurst. Monson specializes in friendly service, the highest quality products, and flexible timing, all at a competitive price. That's Monson's Quality Meat Processing at 885 East Pinion Ridge Road in Blanding. Call 435-459-1401 or find them on Facebook.
Desert Rivers Credit Union offers mortgages, low fees, and great rates for all credit scores. Enjoy local service and a nationwide ATM network. Desert Rivers Credit Union, for people, not profit.
Since 2009, Blue Mountain Hospital has set the standard for rural healthcare, bringing excellence in healing, quality care, and inspired staff to San Juan County. We offer the county's only accredited sleep center, compassionate labor and delivery, top-tier emergency care, and flexible dialysis options. At BMH, our comprehensive services are delivered by a passionate team. Visit bmhutah.org to learn more. We can't wait to meet you.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. We're brought to you in part tonight by Flights Gymnastics, a proud supporter of local sports, a great start for your kids. Also tonight, Four Corners Regional Care Center, a skilled nursing and rehab facility in a caring setting, and Jones and DeMille Engineering, from infrastructure to quality of life, engineering the future of rural communities. And we welcome you back to the halftime show here tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. And it's a battle here tonight. San Juan looked like they were maybe going to take it early on, jumping out to a 14-0 lead, but the Beavers stuck right in this thing and answered with 13 points. They did fail on a PAT in late with the time expired in the first half, and so 14-13 is your halftime score. I don't know that we have a whole lot to update, but we'll try to get you some updates here score-wise from around the area.
So in the 2A, we've got some scores according to the Des News. Carbon over Grand right now, 55-0. South Sevier over Enterprise, 33-6. Gunnison Valley over Providence Hall, 14-7. You've got Judge Memorial losing to Ogden, 24-0. Millard and Delta, according to Des News, are knotted at 7. And then Duchesne beating Layton Christian 14-6. That's a surprising score for me. Duchesne, a 1A school, Layton Christian, independent schedule this year. But Duchesne currently is 14-6 according to Des News. Parowan over ALA 20-14. South Summit beating up on North Summit 35-6. And then in your couple of things to talk about, last week's opponent for San Juan. Grantsville up big on Richfield, 24-0. Richfield,
defending champions,
beat Dixie, a classification up from them last week, convincingly. So, I mean, there's a lot of fluidity here in high school football. And then the team that Moapa, how do you say that? Moapa Valley, they're actually playing Hurricane right now, who San Juan played last year, and they are beating Hurricane, and they lost last week to Beaver.
This team, yeah.
So they're beating Hurricane 21-7. So a lot
goodness.
Man, you just never count a team out. Just lose one week, win the next, and it'll be interesting to see kind of what the feeling was in the locker room, Rhett. What team comes out here ready to go in this first drive of this second half? This is going to set the tone for a big chunk of this second half, I believe. And if San Juan comes out and really knocks heads with Beaver and shuts them down, gets them off the field, that's going to be a huge swing for these guys.
Well, local-wise, as far as sporting events go, we have a ton on the calendar, but no real updates. We got one update. I'll get to that in a second. But on the other game that was on StreamUtah.Live tonight, I think they might have had some internet issues over there, but Monticello beating St. Joseph what looked like easily at last update. But we had other football tonight as well. We got the Grand County update versus Carbon, not looking too good for the Red Devils up north. But Monument Valley playing at Utah Military Academy Hill Field tonight. No update there. And then on the volleyball court tonight, Dove Creek is starting their season at the Rangeley Tournament against Moffett County and West Grand. No updates there. Grand County volleyball at the Fremont Invitational, taking on Bonneville, Cedar, and Northridge tonight. No updates from any of those games. Mancos volleyball at Buena Vista opening their season tonight. No update there. Montezuma Cortez was at Monticello tonight, and so that's a battle between local rivals, and we've got no update from that game. On the boys' soccer pitch today, Montezuma Cortez hosting Ridgeway. No update from that game, and that went on during the daytime today, so I'm not sure why that's not posted. Grand County girls soccer at Union today, not updated either. And the Green River baseball team was scheduled to play Wayne today. We haven't seen an update on that. Grand County girls tennis was at the Carbon Invitational. That began today, will continue through tomorrow. I haven't seen any update on that either, so not a whole lot of updates as far as local sports go. But we do have the one update, the San Juan volleyball team sweeping Kanab tonight 3-0. That's the one update we have. So there you go. That's the one text we got as well. So there you go. That's the one update, and I think about 15 local events we got going on in the Red Rock 92 listening area. Looks like we're going to keep it here, and San Juan is going to come out on the field to kick this away. And I know we talked about it during halftime here, Art, but what do you expect to see from these two teams in this second half?
I think a lot of what you saw in the first half. I just think that San Juan's offense needs to just calm down. You just need to be methodical. Just go back to who you are, being quick, throwing your quick, your comeback routes, your quick slants, and just work the quarterback into those deeper routes. Beaver has done a tremendous job at dropping back deep and not letting stuff get behind them.
Well, the clock itself, I think, it's coming back to life, but we at least have the clock running on the StreamUtah.Live broadcast video-wise for those of you who are seeing that. So that's accurate. That's actually hooked up to the clock here. So that'll be our clock for this second half. If it doesn't, it's totally come back to life. A miracle here, but right before San Juan kicks the ball away. And so 12 minutes on the clock right now as the Broncos get set to boot this away. It looks like the wind has changed directions again. Now is blowing out of the north. And so storms swirling around the area, of course. And we'll see how the rest of the second half goes as far as wind pattern and if that affects these two teams. It was definitely howling in the first half, knocked the ball off the tee a couple times, had blowing dirt across the field, so that gets into the eyes and that affects these players. But we'll see if Beaver picks up where they left off, scoring with no time on the clock in that first half. They're going to get the ball back right here and get the offense out on the field.
And the good thing for San Juan here is Beaver's coming out, and now you've just sat through a halftime. You've went in, your body's cooled off, the hype has gone down, and now you got to come out and recreate that if you're the Beavers and try to get that momentum and that moxie you had, 10 minutes ago. And they're not. It's hard to do. So that's what I'm saying. San Juan, it's in their favor right now to kick the ball away and make Beaver come out and do what they were doing again and hopefully get some momentum on defense.
Well, 24 minutes is obviously a lot of game time, so we're only just getting started here in the second half. It's basically a reset and a new game, and Beaver with an outstanding run on the opening kick of this third quarter, back across midfield into San Juan territory. Broncos unable to bring that kick returner down on that play.
Well, that'll get your momentum going right there.
And that is number 6, Noah Wolf, with a huge return into San Juan territory. So Beaver will start at the Bronco 48-yard line. And we'll see what this offense looks like after scoring 2 on San Juan in the first half. They'll go right to the ground on a counter. And a quick 3 yards before the Broncos swarm tackle him at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, but just like Beaver wants, they pick up 3 or 4 yards here. Just a nice, easy off-tackle run here. Lead blockers get out, blow the gap open, trap outside on your outside backer, and just power downhill.
Bridger Blackner with his first carry of the second half. He's got 16 yards in the game. That leads the running backs as far as production on the ground. And look how hard Beaver hits the hole here, but they run into a wall of defenders for San Juan, and they wrestle that running back into the backfield. No gain on this carry from Blackner.
Well, I think they're giving him a yard.
Oh, they will. They'll give him a yard, maybe a yard and a half. So we'll say 1 yard, and it's 3rd down and 5 now for Beaver. They've got the ball at the San Juan, 43-yard line.
But defensively, that's what you want to do against a run team. Hold them to under 2 yards a carry. Because I'm no math major, but 3 times 2 doesn't equal 10.
Here's Davin Orton rolling out to his left, looking to pass. The Broncos are going to have to get to him, but they can't. Orton is going to get the first down himself as he leaps inside the 30-yard line to the San Juan 28.
Wow, just determination there on the part of that quarterback to pick up that out of nothing, just scrambling around.
That is a 15-yard run for the senior. And let's see, that puts him up to 100. Let's see. Yeah, that's 101 yards rushing now for Davin Orton in this game. He's the far and away rushing leader in this ball game, which he was last week as well against Moapa Valley. And he took it on his own shoulders in the first half. He does so again right here, gets the Beavers a new set of downs inside the San Juan 30 now. 2 minutes into this second half, as this time he'll hand off. And boy, the Broncos wrap up Davis Carter right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain.
Yeah, that was a great tackle there. And, you know, the Beavers' offense is really running through their quarterback right now.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think if you're San Juan, you got to be keying on him because you're being pretty effective on their other running backs. But when that quarterback keeps the ball, that's where they're seeing.
And the biggest gain there was just on a scramble, so how can you defend that? You know, he was looking to pass without a quarterback spy. This time he'll pitch it, but they run to the short side of the field. Oh, and they're going to call maybe a horse collar here as the running back got slung out of bounds, but I don't know. But Waylon Pinder was the ball carrier on the pitch.
Yep, and that's what the call is, horse collar tackle.
So that was a 2-yard run, and then they're going to tack on 15 yards on that. So that will move the chains for the Beavers by way of the penalty, and that'll dig deep into San Juan territory here. And it might even, let's see where this is going to be marked from. It looks like that's going to be marked from about the 25. This may be 1st and goal. Let's see where this ends up. It's going to be close to the 10. Well, the referee taking lots of steps. I think he knew where it was supposed to. I think he takes a couple steps back. That was weird.
Retrace.
I guess he was trying to push the D back and then have some space to breathe. It's not 1st and goal. It looks like it's to the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10 on the penalty. And Davin Orton, this time a design quarterback run on the play action. I don't know if I saw a flag fly in over there.
Going to get a holding on that crackback block. So Either that or a block in the back.
So that would have been a short gain of maybe 3. Let's see how this penalty works itself out here. 9:16 on the clock. That remains in the third quarter. Yeah, illegal block on Beaver, so that'll mark it from the line of scrimmage. And this referee takes short penguin steps. I don't know how he counts off yardage.
Good thing he he can subtract and add.
That's not Greg Adams. No,
No.
it's not. We would give Greg Adams a business, but it's not. 1st and 20 for the Beavers now. That helps the San Juan D out, but boy, the Beavers are on the move. They'll go back to their biggest running back, Bridger Blackner, and he's going to get all that yardage back almost from that penalty. A 9-yard run for Blackner. That's his best run of the game. He's got 26 yards on 7 carries now. And again, the Beaver offense just continues to move the ball on the ground here with relative ease against the San Juan D.
That's just that quick handoff up the middle. It's a dive play. That back sees the hole to the left side, makes a cut, and gets 9 yards.
They're going to hand off quick again, off right guard again. I think this may have been Blackner carrying. He's going to get really close to the sticks down around the – that may move the chains here. They've got that at the 6-yard line. No, it's going to be a yard shy. So that is a pickup of, well, we'll say 9. It looks like 2 yards shy. I think it was Blackner on the carry there. So 2 9-yard runs for the senior. Gives him 35 on the night. And we'll see if the Bronco defense can get a big stop here or if the Beavers can take the lead. They'll hand off, I think, to number 32 here. He gets it right to the line to gain. And that's Jex Bradshaw on a 2-yard carry. I'm going to guess this will move the chains.
No, they're singling 4th
Wow.
down.
So that is huge. That is a huge stop for San Juan. Now the Broncos looking for another on 4th down. Wow. So a big 4th down for both of these teams right here. And I'm guessing if you're Beaver, you're going to let the quarterback run it right here.
I don't know why you wouldn't just off tackle or a little quarterback draw.
Davin Orton up under center. QB sneak right up the middle, and not only does he get the 1st down, he's really close to a touchdown. They've got him down at the half-yard line for a 1st and goal. So, wow, that is a pickup of 5 on the run, or 4 on the run. And Beaver threatening to take the lead here in Blanding. And so the Broncos in a position they haven't been in 4 years, I would say, trying to maintain the lead here. 14-13 right now, but Beaver has been moving the ball methodically on this San Juan D. Here's Orton behind center, and they're going to throw it or whistle it dead on a false start.
Double pump by the center. I saw that from clear up here. That center, I played center, and sometimes you get a little anxious and you go to snap it, and you're like, oh, no, and you got to do it. You just can't set it back down. So a little double pump by the center there.
You're thinking about that blocking assignment. So that's a break for San Juan, but they could not take advantage last time on a Beaver penalty. They quickly captured that yardage all back. Let's see what they do here. On 1st and goal, they're going to rumble off right guard. Down near the goal line, they're going to whistle him down at the 1. So that is a pickup of those 5 yards again. I think that was once again Blackner on the carry. And so 2nd and goal from the 1 now.
And Beaver's just getting the push. The Broncos are doing a great job at making contact at the line of scrimmage or behind the line of scrimmage, but they're just not able to bring the runner down at the point of contact, and they're just hauling 2-3 guys on their back and picking up 2, 3, 4 yards.
2nd and goal on a huge play here for Beaver. San Juan looking for the stop. As Davin Orton, the senior quarterback, brings him to the line of scrimmage. This time he'll work for the shotgun. He bobbled the snap briefly, but no problem as he goes off left guard into the end zone, virtually untouched. And the Beavers have taken the lead 19-14 over the San Juan Broncos. 5.5 minutes into the second half. That was quite a possession for the Beavers. And a 1-yard touchdown run is the 2nd of the night for Davin Orton.
Now we'll see if they go for 2 here. Of course, that's what the playbook says.
Right.
Go for 2 here. You missed your PAT. You want to make this an honest game and make San Juan go down and score their PATs as well. So big 2-point here for the San Juan defense. And a terrible timeout for Beaver, man.
Oh, man. I guess they were crossed up on the 2-point try play. Yikes.
I tell you, as a coach, you do not want to make that timeout right here. You're got San Juan on their heels. You just scored. All you got to do is – and I understand you want the best, outcome here out of this play, but you also want to hold on to those timeouts. If this gets into a dogfight and you get the ball last drive of the 4th quarter to win, you're going to need those timeouts. So I don't love that timeout there.
No.
But I also understand you need the 2-point conversion here, so you might as well get it right here.
All right, timeout on the field. We'll step aside real quick as well. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
San Juan Public Health in Blanding offers vital records, immunizations, WIC, and health education. Protect your family's health with our services. Visit 735 South 200 West or call 43558733838.
Welcome back to San Juan High School out of this Beaver timeout, which they didn't want to take on a 2-point try here. 6:26 to go in this third quarter. The Beavers have taken the lead, trying to make it and he overthrows his intended receiver. Davin Orton throws into the back corner of the end zone on the far side of the field, and so it will remain. They were trying to get a touchdown lead with extra point, but it remains a 5-point lead now, so it's within reach for San Juan after the failed 2-point try right there.
And that's exactly, you don't get that to work. That's exactly when you're going to come back and say, man, we just wasted a timeout for nothing. Great play design, though, just a little bit over the top of the receiver's head, outstretched fingertips on him to come down with it, and so now you don't get the 2-point, and you've burned a timeout you may need going down the stretch.
So now if you're the Broncos, you got to find a way to dig deep here and get the offense back in gear. They faltered a bit in the second half, and or second quarter, I'm trying to say. Man, whenever I'm trying to say quarter, I'm saying half, and whenever I want to say half, I'm saying quarter. What's wrong with me? So, yeah, San Juan stalling a bit in the second quarter, going to try to get it back in gear here in this third quarter. They still haven't possessed the ball, and we're almost halfway through the third frame. Beaver took a lot of time. This run-style offense does that. And now the Beavers are going to boot it deep, and that's going to be, well, Jagger Neves having trouble receiving that at the goal line. He'll fake the reverse, keep it himself, slips one tackle, tries to get free on another, but we're going to have a flag down inside the San Juan 10 that's likely going to eliminate this return anyway. And the Broncos are going to be starting from inside their own 10, down now 19-14.
Yeah, an unfortunate call there for the Broncos is you don't get back out to the 20 with your return, and now you're going to have to back up 10 yards. You're going to start inside where they're going to put them at, what, the 6 maybe?
Looks like it. Half.
5. The 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, and now you've got your young quarterback backed up in his own end zone, and you got to come out here and drive all the way down the field. Gut check time.
So 1st and 10 from the 5 for San Juan. Got no production on the scoreboard in that second quarter, but look at Jagger Neves wrestling his way through the Beaver defense for 9 hard-earned yards right up the middle on first down. So he's up now to 98 yards on the night on 15 carries. And they'll go to the outside this time on a pass from Bo Yeomans to Trip Palmer, and that will go for 5, 10, 11 yards. So a nice completion.
And a high percentage completion for the quarterback to get him into the flow of the second half.
And they'll snap the ball. A little slow to develop among the linemen there, but again, Yeomans finds Trip Palmer, and this will go for a quick 9 yards again for San Juan, maybe 8 depending on the spot here. Looks like an 8-yard catch as these two team up for back-to-back completions.
And I like how they're just methodically moving down the field, 8, 9 yards at a time. You're not trying to get it all at once. You're just trying to get down the field and just match the score.
Yeomans from the shotgun. He'll take it himself this time. Has a lane to the outside, but getting himself off a block and making an outstanding open field tackle was Titan Hunter. Otherwise, Yeomans may have been off to the races for a bunch of yardage there. 1 yard instead, and that's only the 5th time tonight that Yeomans has carried the ball officially, or I guess I should say unofficially, as they'll go up the gut here. Jagger Neves getting another handoff, and this time San Juan will move the chains on a 2-yard gain.
And we got a Beaver lineman down hurt, number 66.
And that's exactly 100 yards rushing now for the San Juan senior, Jagger Neves. And meanwhile, that player has been
he's
able
off,
to get to the sideline, so no delay there.
San Juan's going to get their water off the field, and the clock's rolling. They got to call a play here and get back to business.
Yeah, this could be a struggle to avoid a delay of game here. We're down to just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. The Beavers have taken the lead on the San Juan Broncos, in this battle between defending state champions. Over the middle on a slant, somehow in traffic, Bo Yeomans connects with Trip Palmer again on a dangerous connection for 13 yards.
Yeah, you couldn't have thrown that any better. It couldn't have been caught any better, and it couldn't have been in the, I mean, that was just a frozen rope right to Trip Palmer.
Stuck into his solar plexus. Now Yeomans will go deep, right side for Cole Duke, I believe, who makes a circus catch and outstanding coverage down to the 15-yard line.
Another great pass and catch, and concentration on Cole Duke's part to locate that ball in the air, knowing the defender is on his back hip, and then to go up and come down with the defender right in his face, falling on top of him.
And they'll go hurry up. Bo Yeomans hands off to Jagger Neves, who goes off left guard into the end zone. Touchdown, San Juan. And the Broncos gather speed as that drive goes along. They answer to regain the lead, 20-19.
And you sit here, Rhett, and you wonder, well, where was that in the second quarter? But it's just, it's like Coach said in his pregame interview before the season. Sometimes they look really good, like a four-time state champ team, and sometimes they look like a bunch of newbies. And that's just the ebb and flow of the game.
So a 15-yard touchdown run for Jagger Neves as San Juan will go for two now. Bo Yeomans keeps it himself on a run-pass option, I believe, and tucks himself in off right guard right into the end zone to make this a 3-point lead, 22-19 for San Juan with just over 4.5 now to go. That did not take a lot of time for Jagger Neves to get his second rushing touchdown of this game. But, boy, that was a team effort coming down the field, specifically Bo Yeomans and Trip Palmer connecting 4 times in that series. And Cole Duke and Bo Yeomans connecting 1 time. So 3 times between Yeomans and Palmer and 1 time between Yeomans and Duke. And Jagger Neves with a bunch of yardage on the ground to make that one happen.
You couldn't have asked for a better series out of your quarterback, out of your running backs, your receiving core, your linemen up front doing the blocking. It just all came together on that drive. And that's when San Juan is just at their best. And we've seen that over the last 4 years. They just continue click, 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 click.
Yeah.
They've had some hiccups tonight, had some hiccups last week. But they find a way to just get back into motion, and they just keep going. They just keep working through their offense. You saw a lot of short passes, a lot of runs, a lot of get comfortable, and then you see them go down the field for the big strike, and you see a huge catch out of
Cole Duke.
Brain fart there.
Don't worry, I have them all the time too. As the Broncos kick it away, looks like this might be illegal procedure again, right out of bounds at basically the same spot where Palmer booted it out last time. But 5 rushing touchdowns on the season now for Jagger Neves as he's gotten 2 of the 3 tonight.
You know, in that kickoff right there, I'm okay with that because the last couple times they've got ahead of steam, Beaver has, and they've returned it to the 40, up here. So
you're right.
Kick it out of bounds, let them start at the 35-yard line, and put your defense on the field.
So the Broncos regain the lead. It's a battle between these two titans in football in the state of Utah tonight, at least in the small town realm. And this has been a fun one, just like what we expected, as these two teams have traded the lead tonight, and that's not something that San Juan has seen over these last few years a whole lot.
A little confusion there on defense as they try to bring a guy off and then tell him to stay on, but they're able to get their head back around and get the stop there. Short pickup.
1 yard for Bridger Blackner.
And one thing I've noticed out of these Broncos over the past few years that we've called them, Red, is once they get that fire, once they think that, hey, we're going to get this, they come out here and they just play ball.
Oh, and they get into the backfield this time to drop Blackner for a loss. And that is Jagger Neves on the big open field tackle for the loss. That is a loss of 5 yards, and that's a huge stop for San Juan, bringing up 3rd and long.
And just like I was saying, they just get that mojo, they get that winner's mentality, and they just come out and they just start harassing you and going after you. And, man, that's a big-time play for Jagger and that defensive front to maintain so he can get back in there because Beaver's been doing a good job at running the ball tonight.
Davin Orton looking to pass on 3rd down. Drops back from the shotgun, throws behind his intended receiver who kind of very stealthily snuck out there on a delayed out pattern there and had a whole lot of green but couldn't bring it in on the pass behind him.
Lots of pressure coming from that defensive line, that defensive front Coach Bowering really getting after this quarterback now, really putting some pressure on, trying to make them make mental mistakes, and that's what that was right there. Just a quick pass, receiver's not ready out of the backfield, the slot back, and he just drops out of his hands.
Beavers lined up to punt, but they ran a trick play from this formation in the first quarter. It didn't work out for them. This time they'll punt for the second time tonight. Nobody back deep to receive for San Juan. And what a punt this is going to be. This will flip the field down inside the 15 for San Juan. But they had no problem starting on their last drive from their own 5. The Broncos are looking to stretch their lead. They're up by only 3 with just over 3 minutes to go as they get the ball back here, forcing Beaver to a 3-and-out on that possession.
Well, here we go. Momentum is in the favor of San Juan here in the third quarter. 3 minutes left in this quarter. So San Juan, you want to score a possession, but they really need to make a vigilant drive here. And if they score, they score, but they really got to move the ball down the field and just keep wearing on this Beaver defense.
So San Juan begins just inside their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10. Yeomans will fake a pitch, try to tuck it up off left tackle here. The hole was not there. He will maybe get a yard on that play, but nothing more than that.
Good zone defense here by Beaver. They've got their cover 2 deep. They're playing a little soft zone with their outside backers here, so they're able to come down and help with the run, but also take those quick ins, quick slants away from the quarterback.
I don't think there really was, but if there was ever any doubt about this rivalry between these two teams who are basically 2A opponents, as an incomplete pass deep down the field over the middle from Bo Yeomans, intended again for Cole Duke, that same play that they connected on for 36 yards just a little bit ago. Doesn't work this time.
Yeah, the defender gets his hand right in the breadbasket, able to knock that away, but that was a perfectly thrown pass by Yeomans and run right underneath by Cole Duke. Just unfortunate the defender's able to get his hand in there.
I tell you, as Bo Yeomans drops back to pass again, this time dumps it off to Jagger Neves on a screen. He weaves his way back into traffic, and a bunch of white jerseys there are going to stop him for a short gain, maybe only 3 yards on that catch for Jagger Neves out of the backfield.
Yeah, I like the play call there. They haven't really run it tonight.
Right.
And good opportunity to run it, just not developed.
That puts Bo Yeomans over 200 yards passing on the night. But down under 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter, just a 3-point lead for San Juan, and the Broncos have to punt it away. They do the short punt from the QB this time, and not as much of a roll as Beaver got. This is going to give Beaver pretty good field position right around midfield. They'll start at their own 47-yard line. So the two teams trade a 3-and-out. I mean, if there was any question, it just goes back to 3 years ago. It's like these teams have picked up right where they left off, battling each other in the 2A ranks. Beaver's technically a 1A team, but, I mean, this is a team that you'd really like to still have in the 2A ranks in your region.
Yeah, Beaver's a tough team no matter what division they're in. You can, and I don't put much stock in the 1 to 2A because these are all pretty similar teams.
Beaver will send a man in motion. They'll hand to that man, and he reverses it. Now they're going to try to throw back to the quarterback. And, man, coming up to defend that and nearly intercepting that was Cole Duke. He went up into the sky. It was just out of his reach. He's not the tallest man on this San Juan defense. So a good effort, man. If he'd have hung back maybe another yard or 2, he'd have had that, and he'd have probably taken it to the house.
Yeah, if they'd have had time to throw that ball, that might have been to the house, but Jagger Neves able to get up there and disrupt that throw and make that running back, who he might be a backup quarterback. I have no idea.
I didn't see who ended up throwing that ball.
But he throws it out there, and
the quarterback was the intended receiver, Davin Horton, on the play after the handoff, then the reverse, and then the slot back or wide receiver pass, trying to get back to Davin Horton, the quarterback, but, man, that was nearly picked off. Now they'll go up the middle, the traditional bread and butter for Beaver, and I didn't see who carried on that. That may have been the quarterback for 4 yards right there. So he's up to 110 if that was official. And my stats, sometimes I'm closer than other games. I'm a lot better this game than I was in Grantsville. That's for sure. We were dealing with a lot of stuff in Grantsville, just trying to survive up on top of the stands there with a gale force wind in our face. It's a little bit easier here tonight in the friendly confines of the San Juan booth. Davin Horton rolls out to his left, throws low, to the left, right in front of himself. I think they say that ball was caught right near the sticks. That's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards.
4th down.
And it will bring up, yeah, that was Noah Wolf on the catch. I had him listed as a wide receiver, but he ran the ball as well. This time he makes a 5-yard catch. We're into the final 30 seconds of the third quarter.
You got to think this is going to the quarterback right up the middle. They've already run this a couple of times in this situation. So if you're the defensive tackle's nose tackle, you really got to pinch those A-gaps.
Well, they're not going to do the QB sneak. They got him in the shotgun this time. Yeah, they will. He'll come right up the middle. He dives forward, and I think he got the yard he needed. San Juan's pointing back, but I think he got what he needed to move the chains, did Davin Orton on that short run. Tell you what, it's like you said, Beavers getting that push up the middle, and they've got, anytime they've got a 1-yard play, it seems like they're going to be able to pick that up with ease. And so here all they needed was 1. They get it from the QB. So that moves the chains again for the Beavers, and a huge first down for them, still right around midfield. They're going to let time expire on the third quarter, and this is quite a battle here tonight on the San Juan High School football field. The Broncos trailed briefly in that third quarter, but they storm back to take the lead again, 22-19, as we head into the final frame. But Beaver has the ball. They've got a new set of downs, and they're driving. Stick around. We'll return for the fourth quarter. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live.
Need insurance? Jeff Nielsen at San Juan Insurance in Blanding offers auto, home, life, and health coverage. With more than 25 years experience, call 435-678-3223 or visit 60 North Main Street today.
Holiday Construction is your one-stop source for gravel, concrete, excavation services, and custom hauling. We've proudly served San Juan County with quality and dedication for over 40 years. Call Holiday Construction today at 435-678-2028. We're proud supporters of high school sports and our community.
Welcome back live to San Juan High School. Friday Night Lights on Red Rock 92 as we start the fourth quarter. Beaver on the move with the football. They're going to rattle 5 yards off right here as they start the final frame, looking to retake the lead on San Juan in this possession. And I am not sure who carried that time. I heard it on the PA, but couldn't make any sense of it. Maybe Bridger Blackner. We'll give him 5. And so 2nd down and 5 now. The ball inside the San Juan 40 at the 39 as Davin Orton brings him to the line of scrimmage. He will work from under center, sends a man in motion, fakes it in the backfield, throws right side, incomplete, intended for Noah Wolf. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 5 for the Beaver offense with 11:18 now to go in this ball game. And what has been everything we expected. It looked early on like San Juan might run away with it. But Beaver stayed in this thing and has really made this a game, and now trails by only 3. They could retake the lead on this possession. San Juan looking for a huge stop. Orton again in the shotgun this time on a big 3rd down for these two teams. He will fake the handoff, keep it himself, and an outstanding open field tackle by Trip Palmer will stop him for no gain and a 4th and 5.
And obviously 4-down territories. Both these teams tonight don't like to punt unless you're deep in your own territory. So 4th down, I mean, you got to look for the quarterback here as are they going to try a field goal here, Rhett?
I don't know. They are definitely changing up the personnel.
Are they going to try a field goal?
This would be... No, they're going to line up in a punt formation here on 4th down.
This has got to be a direct snap to the up back.
From the San Juan 39 and a 4th down. Looks like they gave a loss of yardage on that play. And this punt is not even going to get to the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bounce backwards to midfield. He's going to pick it up and advance the ball. Can you do that? And That is going to be a touchdown for Beaver on the absolute craziest play I've ever seen. San Juan gave up on the ball there, and the Beaver punter scooped and scored his own punt from midfield, a 50-yard run.
I wonder if they've planned that, because that obviously looked like it was probably a planned play. Yeah, it never crossed the line of scrimmage, so it's basically a backwards lateral where it's a live ball.
Wow.
And he can pick it up and run it.
I have never seen that. That is Hazen Albrecht, who has had an outstanding game tonight.
You've got to think they practiced that, and that was planned, because it looked like he was anticipating it bouncing right back to him.
How is that even scored? Is that a run?
It would be a run, yes.
Is that from the spot where he scoops the ball?
Yep.
Wow. I have never seen that in all my years of covering football. I have never seen the punting team scoop their own punt and score. Now we've got a San Juan cramp out there, but the Beavers have retaken the lead and add the extra point, 26-22 now. And the San Juan folks in the arena here are stunned, and I'm stunned, I will have to admit.
I have never seen that before.
No.
I thought maybe they were going to do a drop kick, and
wowzers.
But he punted that, and you've got to believe
that's
that they
nuts
did that
if
on
that's
purpose.
Planned, man. That is nuts.
And they have practiced that play.
Wow. So I don't have him. Yeah, I'm going to have to mark him down as a runner now, I guess. Normally a wide receiver, but Hazen Albrecht with a very impressive run on his own punt. So he's got a touchdown catch tonight, the only touchdown catch. Just trying to get ourselves straight here. I've got to mark this stat down. It's a 50-yard run, best I can tell, for a touchdown on that crazy punt. I mean, that thing landed at the line of scrimmage, rolled back 5 yards to midfield. I thought he was just going to jump on it and just miraculously down it, but he scooped and took it down the field. And you're right, with all the personnel for Beaver on the far side of the field, it looked like that surely was a plan. I mean, how do you get the ball to dig in and come back to you like that? That's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't have worked out any better for him. But
so the Broncos are going to have to find a way to answer here as Cole Duke scoops it up off the turf here on the kick return, and he's forced out of bounds after a pretty decent return out across the 25, near the 30-yard line, actually. Looks like San Juan will start at their own 28. Man alive. Just trying to gather ourselves here for Albrecht. It's his first rushing touchdown of the season.
Yeah, it's a live ball at the point that he kicks it and it comes backwards behind. It's like a quarterback pitching the ball on the option. If you pitch it forward, then it's an incomplete pass, but you pitch it backwards, it's a live ball, and either team can pick it up.
And now Bo Yeomans will throw complete to Cole Duke, and he's hammered. The ball comes loose, and the Beavers are going to recover it here in San Juan territory unless someone has dug it free in the pile there. The Beavers have the ball, so it's a 1-yard catch and then a fumble by Cole Duke that turns it back over to Beaver, and now the Beavers have all the momentum. The weight of the game for San Juan rests on the defense right here. The Beavers will have it at the San Juan 30.
Crazy.
Wow, what a turn of events here.
Crazy events here. You see a punt go for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then a fumble here. It's just
go for a punting team touchdown, which is outrageous.
Unreal. And momentum has obviously shifted back to Beaver.
Yep. So it is 59 yards receiving for Cole Duke, but unfortunately that last yard hurt San Juan as he fumbled the football. Now the Beavers will pitch it to the outside, and making a nice open field tackle on the far side over there was San Juan, but a big gain actually for the Beavers. 7 yards for number 3, Waylon Pinder on the pitch. And it's just a number of guys touching the football for this Beaver offense as they keep it on the ground. And now Davin Orton will work from under center. Hands off to Bridger Blackner here. And a short, now he's going to maybe get the 3. We'll see. He's right at the sticks. We'll see if they move the chains. Looks like a yard shy. 2-yard gain for the senior running back.
Yeah, if you're San Juan's defense, you got to dig deep. Everything you got in you has got to stop this. You've got to get your defense off the field without allowing that offense to score. You don't want to dig yourself a hole as the clock ticks down under 8 minutes and 50 seconds now.
So 3rd down and 1 for Beaver. This is a stunningly huge 3rd down for both of these teams. The game could really swing on these next 2 plays in 4-down territory for Beaver. They're going to wrap up the quarterback at the line of scrimmage, but I think with his second effort, he wrestled it ahead for enough distance to move the chains into the San Juan red zone. Beaver goes. And I think it's a 2-yard gain for the quarterback. Depending on the spot here, it is, and it's a 1st down for the Beavers. So Davin Orton gets 2 yards. Gives him 113 on the night, 23 carries. He's been the biggest runner for the Beavers tonight. Clock is down to 8.5 to go in this game. But the most important thing right now is that Beaver has the momentum after forcing the turnover, the 2nd turnover of the game for San Juan. And now Beaver will send a couple guys in motion. We know they're going to run it right to this hole here when they send these guys in motion. Off left tackle. They've done this before, and it works again. Brig Palmer with a good open field tackle, but that running back for Beaver getting to the 2nd level that time. And I believe that was number 16, Davis Carter, on a 5-yard carry.
Yeah, they've got a lot of steam on that Beaver offense right now, and they look like they can do whatever they want.
2nd down and 5 as they continue to move it deeper into San Juan red zone territory here. And Davin Orton, the senior QB, brings it up under center. He'll hand off. No, he won't. He keeps it himself. Now pitches to the 3rd man. To the outside they go. Down inside the 5-yard line goes Noah Wolf. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Beavers.
Mike and Keith able to knock him out, but not till after he gets the 1st down.
That was a 12-yard gain by Wolf on the pitch. And Beaver is knocking on the door now at the San Juan 3.5. Trying to take what would be a 2-score lead. 26-22 right now for Beaver. They scored on their own punt on a crazy play, and now they'll go off right guard. Near the goal line, they're going to call him down at the 1. I think that was Jex Bradshaw on a 1-yard, maybe 1.5-yard carry. We'll give him 2. And so it grows quiet here at the San Juan High School football field as Beaver headed downhill with a 2nd and goal here from the San Juan 2. And the clock winding under 7 minutes to go. Beaver going to try to make this a 10-point lead here with a touchdown. Davin Orton, no, it's not Orton. It is Orton. Taking it from the shotgun. He'll take it himself into the end zone. Touchdown for Beaver. A 2-yard touchdown run for the senior quarterback. That is his 3rd touchdown rush of the night. And it's a 10-point lead for the Beavers here tonight in Blanding. Oh, we do have flags down, though. And the refs will discuss it. If the play stands, it's a touchdown. If it's on San Juan, it's a touchdown. I tell you what, this Beaver offense has been convincing since the start of the 2nd quarter. Looks like there might be 2 penalties here. This could offset. Could be a replay.
Looks like they gave the touchdown.
Okay.
And then they called the
So
dead
it's
ball
after
personal
the fact.
foul
Gotcha.
on Beaver.
Touchdown will count. So touchdown counts. That makes it 32-22.
They'll assess that on the kickoff.
6:38 to go in this ball game now, so the Broncos have their backs to it. As Davin Orton gets his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game and his 5th on the season. Here is Emmett Lurth on for the PAT, and it is good. Make it 33-22, so it's a 2-touchdown lead now for the Beavers here in Blanding. And a lot of murmurs over here on the San Juan side. This is not something the Broncos have seen at home in a very long time. And so Beaver has come in here and shocked the Broncos a bit. Up by 11 now with 6:38 to go in this game. So now if you're the Broncos, you really got to get the offense in gear here.
Yeah, you need a quick score. You got 6 minutes, 38 seconds left on the clock. you need a quick score, but on the flip side, Beaver has been able to just drive the ball and run a lot of clock on all their drives. And so you have to figure out a way while your offense is on the field, hopefully going down and scoring. Coach Bauer and his defensive staff, they've got to figure out a way, what do we need to do to stop this offense from gaining the momentum and just marching down the field and scoring. We've got to get a 3-and-out if we have hopes to come back and win this game. Or they need a big turnover.
Yeah, last time Beaver forced the turnover on a big hit on Cole Duke after he made a 1-yard catch. The ball came loose. Beaver took advantage and scored. So, yeah, this penalty was assessed against Beaver on the kick, so they're kicking from their own 25 here. Broncos will have a chance at a good return here. Jagger Neves is going to run to the middle of the field, fakes the handoff. Beaver hasn't been fooled on this really all night, but Neves is going to fight his way ahead across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Decent starting field position for this Bronco offense.
Yeah, and we've got to come out here and you want to just be methodical here, but at the end of the day, like we said, you have to score quick on this possession, and you have to score in this possession.
Yeah, it's a must-score possession to be sure. Beaver has the 11-point lead. We have not said that very often in the past 4 years when it comes to this San Juan team, and so the Broncos are going to be forced to do something they haven't had to do a lot, and that's battle from a deficit. A pass complete from Bo Yeomans to Brig Palmer on the near side. He's fighting for yardage. Got to be careful with that football. It looks like it's going to go for around 7 yards, maybe 8 depending on the spot. Up near the 45. Looks like they'll spot it at the 44, pick up a 7.
Regardless of the outcome of this game, Rhett, I know everyone wants to win it. You want to come in here and get one on Beaver, but 2 different classifications, that does nothing for your state title hopes.
That's a fact. And here is Bo Yeomans dropping back, throws into double coverage. Trip Palmer makes the catch, stays on his feet, makes a move, and goes into the end zone for a San Juan touchdown. That's a huge strike from 56 yards out for Bo Yeomans to Trip Palmer, who caught it and made a couple of moves on 2 Beaver defenders to get into the end zone. Made a couple guys miss at the 20 and went all the way the rest of the way in. San Juan has answered and finds themselves back within 5.
And like we said, you got to have a big play here, score quick, which they did. Convert your PAT, whether it's 2 or 1, and then you have to get your defense off the field.
Right.
You cannot let Beaver use the last 6 minutes and just march down the field, because Beaver's not going to want to score quick.
Nope.
They're just going to want to do what they've done all night and just chew up the clock.
So 3 straight completions here in this fourth quarter for Bo Yeomans. The Broncos score on a 2-point try here. That's huge. That makes it a 3-point game. Theoretically, you could tie this game on a field goal now. We don't see that a lot.
If they have a good, well, we'll see if Tripp has
Tripp.
the leg.
They got Tripp, yeah. So we'll see. That makes it a 3-point game. I know the Broncos aren't interested in tying. They're interested in getting a defensive stop here, getting the offense back out to score another TD. What a game this has turned into tonight as these 2 teams are duking it out on the San Juan High School football field, going back and forth here this evening. It turned out to be exactly as we thought it would be tonight.
Well, they've done one of the 3 things that we said they got to do. They've scored quick.
Yep.
Now let's put number 2 into motion here and get the defense off the field. Do you kick it out of bounds here? Just make them start on 35?
Well, he's done that a couple times in a row, so
I think I do, because it also saves your clock. You kick it in the middle of the field, they run it, they might chew up 8, 9, 10 seconds maybe.
Right.
Even 5 seconds, but if you kick it out of bounds, you give them the ball at 35, you maintain all the time on the clock, which benefits you in the long run.
Hey, guess what? For Bo Yeomans, his first touchdown pass of the season right there.
Right on.
He had his teammate help him out with a nice run after the catch. Trip Palmer's first touchdown reception of the season, of course. And the Broncos back in business, back within 3 after a big 2-point conversion as well. 6:08 remains in this thing here tonight with the Beavers leading the San Juan Broncos 33-30. Line drive kick is caught at the 15 and will be returned by the running back. Couple of moves, the ball comes free, but they whistle him down. That was a bunch of circle button and the juke button and the spin button there. For that, I think that was Bridger Blackner on the return, 23. Maybe it was 32, I'm not sure. But they whistled him down before the ball came loose, so Beaver will have it at their own 26. And now the San Juan defense has to go to work here trying to get the football back. No time went off the clock there, so okay. And
well,
and apparently it was supposed to. So
I'm sure Beaver's talking about it right now.
So they'll have to run maybe.
Well, no, they want the ball. That's what they're doing. Okay, I thought the officials were looking over. I thought they were Beaver. Obviously, they didn't notice it either. Oh, now they're saying run the clock.
I was going to say the clock operator got away with one there here in San Juan.
Hey, you got to have a little hometown cooking sometime.
Yeah, you do. All right, so Beaver right up the middle here on first down. No shock there, and a quick 3 yards for the Beavers. Who was the ball carrier that time? Yeah, it looks like that was Blackner. So 2nd down and 7 after a 3-yard gain, and that's exactly, Art, what you said they want to do. Just methodically march this thing down the field and ideally punch it into the end zone when it's all said and done. The Broncos have got to stop that from happening. And a pitch will go to the outside, and an outstanding open field tackle that time by who else but Jagger Neves. When you're a senior, you got to lead, and he does there with a big loss on that play, 7 yards in arrears.
And if you're the coaching staff for San Juan, now you're thinking about your timeouts. But you got a 3rd and long here. If you're San Juan, you just don't want nothing behind you. You want to contain the outsides. And this is where a team that's up, they kind of get conservative. They start running to run the clock instead of to pick up first downs.
It is a 3rd down and 13. Back inside the 25 for Beaver. Orton will roll out looking to throw. He's a left-handed passer. He makes a move and gets some yardage downfield. He's going to get inside the sticks. That is a pickup of, looks like about 8 yards for the quarterback, but it will be shy of a first down by 5 yards. 4th and 5. Inside their own 35, so we'll see what they do here. We know they can punt to themselves for a touchdown.
Now, and hopefully someone on that staff has said, hey, you've got to watch the punt going backwards.
So a big 4th down. We would assume it's going to be a punt here, but man, Beaver's been weird on their punts tonight. That's for sure. They've run 2 trick plays. We think that touchdown was planned. We'll see what happens here. It's going to be a traditional punt this time and a line drive. This is the 2nd time, maybe the 3rd time they've actually punted it tonight. Not a huge roll this time, so the Broncos will have decent field position starting at their own 34. Now the crowd starts to get back into it, trying to urge this team on to a comeback win here tonight. With 4 minutes to go in this game now, the Broncos down by 3 will get the ball back at their own 34.
Well, they've done 2 of the 3 things so far, so here we go. And I'm a fan, if you score quick here. I don't worry about taking time off the clock if I'm Coach Christensen. I just try to put my best plays in, get the ball to my playmakers, and score quick.
And the one thing you can't do right here is turn the ball over. Bo Yeoman takes the snap in the shotgun. Hands off to his big man, Jagger Neves, who just immediately gets 10 yards. We got a Beaver man down. An 11-yard run, actually, for the senior, Jagger Neves. And that gives him 126 on the night, 18 carries for the senior. I'm surprised that man got up for Beaver. His helmet was off, so he's got to head off to the sideline. 1st and 10 for San Juan at the 45. What a game this has turned into tonight. A battle between a couple football heavyweights here. We have sure missed this rivalry for 3 years. It's been fun in every game. Here's Neves again, another quick 10 yards for the Broncos. And what will be close to a first down. Yeah, they'll move the chains right at 10 yards, right at the sticks. So 136 yards rushing for the senior now as the Broncos driving it down the field. Into Beaver territory now. And this time he trips as he heads through the line of scrimmage. And a little slow to get up. Now it's good to see him getting picked back up. Jagger Neves with only 1 yard that time. He'd have had more if he hadn't fallen down.
Yeah, just lost his footing. But I just keep feeding him that rock and let your line keep doing what they're doing because they're moving now. This offense is rolling here.
So Jagger Neves moves to the 2nd side of my sheet as far as runs go. And Bo Yeoman's on the option. Will pitch to the outside. Flags fly as they snap the ball, though. They say false start on the Broncos. They wanted Neves down the sideline on that play.
And that's just inexperience out of a young quarterback who is excited, is emotional, trying to lead a game-winning drive, and he doesn't check his receivers to see if everyone's set.
And so that'll mark the Broncos back 5 yards right near midfield. They're at the Beaver 49 now with a second down. It looks like 14 to go. Should be 15, but oh no, they got 1 yard on the run. That's right. Now Yeomans will dump it off to Jagger Neves, but he's in the backfield. The pass is complete, but that's going to lose another 4 yards on that play.
Going the wrong way here, Rhett.
Yeah. So a negative 4 yard pass completion. And the Broncos quickly back up to the line of scrimmage on a big third down. Yeomans looked to throw over the middle, now has to scramble. Tries to get to the outside, and he's going to be sacked on the far side. A couple yard loss, and the first sack of the game, I believe. And now the Broncos face a fourth down. And is this a time to maybe slow it down here if you're the Broncos? Or they're going to continue to go hurry up here?
You got 4th and 20. So you can't throw anything short. This got to be a deep pass.
This is going to have to be a miracle play here with 2:20 to go. Yeomans look to throw deep, but he's going to be sacked for the second time in a row. And the Broncos will turn the ball over on downs as Yeomans was unable to locate anybody downfield open that time, and the drive stalls at midfield. After the Broncos went backwards, they couldn't recover that time. Back-to-back sacks, and the Broncos give it back to the Beavers. And so now the San Juan defense has to come up huge again. You really, at this point, might even need a turnover with just over 2 minutes to go, down by 3.
Well, if you're Beaver, you just have to run the ball and make San Juan burn their timeouts.
And obviously the Broncos trying to stop him for short yardage, but the quarterback is going to go right up the middle and gash the Bronco defense for 18 yards. And that'll quickly move the chains nearer to the San Juan red zone. It's down to the 24. A huge run by Davin Orton right there. Who I'd have to say is probably making a bid in this game for player of the game.
Yeah, he's
had an outstanding game.
He's dug deep when they've needed it most, and he's been their playmaker all night long.
And he's a senior, so you expect that from your senior leadership. 1st and 10 for Beaver at the San Juan 24. Down to 1:40 to go. Clock still running. Beaver going to use all the time they can. They'll send a man in motion, hand off to their first string running back, Bridger Blackner. I guess all these guys are first stringers. They use everybody. That's going to be a pickup of 3. 49 yards on the night for Blackner unofficially. San Juan's going to take, is that their first timeout or have they already taken one?
I believe it's their first.
So that's huge, having 3 timeouts in this situation. So they stop the clock with 92 seconds to go, but boy, at this point, you need a turnover, I think. With a 2nd down and 8 or 2nd down and 7 coming for Beaver here, and Beaver getting ready to go into the San Juan red zone here. So it's not that.
Well, you can't give up another first down here.
Right.
You've got it. I mean, you're going to burn a timeout now after this down and 3rd down, and then they'll run it down as far as they can. But you can't give up a first down and continue to let them have 4 downs. You've got to hold them here. Got to make this a 3rd and long.
Minute 32 to go. Beaver back at the line of scrimmage. Davin Orton working from the shotgun. He'll go off the left end here and pick up a few yards. That's actually going to go for about 6. And it'll be 3rd down and 1 for Beaver as San Juan calls their 2nd timeout.
3rd and 2 for the Beavers. Timeout, San Juan.
I have Davin Orton unofficially for 147 yards rushing in this game. When you look at his effort against Moapa Valley, 159 yards in that game. So he's right there where he was. And this game is not over. 1:26 to go. San Juan able to stop the clock here, but Broncos down by 3 with their backs to their red zone, and now actually Beaver has moved into the red zone, so now the Broncos got their goal line to their backs here. Friday Night Lights tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live is brought to you in part by Napa Motor Parts. Get everything you need in Blanding and Monticello. Peterson Medical, providing high-quality home health care to Utah residents for over 50 years. San Juan Pharmacy, serving San Juan County and supporting local teams for decades. And Westcott Motors, San Juan County's source for quality, affordable vehicles, westcott-motors.com. And now I think this is going to be really close to a Beaver first down. This is a huge spot right here. And I think it was Blackner on the carry.
I didn't think they got that much yards on it, but, man, they're getting a good spot here.
Let's see if we can see. Here's the replay on the streaming anyway. It's a little bit chippy. It is right. Yeah, it's right across that yard line. So it's right across the 15-yard line, I guess. And so I think they've spotted it fairly accurately at the 14, but
so they're going to measure this. They're going to give the timeout back to San Juan, which benefits them but this is definitely 4-down territory.
And the clock will run once the chains are back in position, am I correct?
Yeah, because it's an official timeout.
Right. So it's only a temporary timeout here, but the Broncos, so yeah, Beaver won't have to snap the ball. And the Broncos would probably be forced to use that timeout. With Beaver they'd be able to tick it down, I think, to maybe just 40 seconds to go in the game. There's 1:21 left right now.
Let's see long stretch of the tape here.
What's the play clock in high school? Is it 45 or? So yeah, they'd be able to get it down to near 30 seconds to go.
Well, we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they won't start the clock since it's his timeout.
Looks like it was short.
It was short.
Well, that's huge, Art. If that official timeout does stop the clock permanently, that's gigantic.
Yeah.
For San Juan. Yeah, it looks
we'll
like it's.
See. No, it rolls.
Okay, it does roll. That's what I thought.
Yep.
So this may go down to around 30 seconds before Beaver has to snap it.
But
now,
Beaver doesn't know that.
If Beaver gets in a hurry, wow, I can't believe they snapped that ball. And the quarterback is hit at the line of scrimmage, but I think they're going to say he got the yard he needed. And let's see where the spot goes. The Broncos are saying they've stopped him.
We'll see what happens here. It's a big spot.
It's going to take some time. They'll probably measure again. I think it was right at the stick. They're going to measure again. So on 4th down, I think it was a 1-yard run for the quarterback, Davin Orton. It was really close. He was right at the line.
And there's a big hit that bent him backwards. So we're just going to see. And obviously this is not 100% foolproof. This is a sideline official where whatever his view was of where that ball might have been.
Well, this is the game right here on this measurement.
You wish it was like baseball and they had the strike zone on the AI and you could actually see exactly where that ball went.
We had a digital something that would register on the tip of each tip of the ball, but
yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. So that's going to be it. They're going to move the chains. And now a personal foul, it looks like, coming after the measurement here. The frustration boiling over for San Juan.
You just don't want to get kicked out because if you're kicked out of this game, you can't play next week. So hopefully you don't get kicked out. Keep your head.
And so it is a first down for Beaver, and now they can go into victory formation for the final minute here, up 33-30. And barring a miracle turnover here, it looks like Beaver is going to get a bit of revenge here over San Juan after losing back-to-back championship games 3 years ago and 4 years ago, as they come into the San Juan High School home confines on the San Juan High School football field, and now we'll close out the game in victory formation. This was an outstanding game tonight. It looked like San Juan would take it away early. They jumped out to a 14-0 lead. The Beavers battled to make it 14-13 at halftime. They scored on their first possession in the second half. They forced a fumble and took that into the end zone to stretch the lead. The Broncos, in the meantime, also battled and got back to within 3. But the Beavers are going to be able to close it out here tonight with a 33-30 final. And a huge win as this Beaver team comes in and stuns the San Juan Broncos. And they are excited as they pour onto the field in celebration. It's a win for the Beavers here tonight. The Broncos lose to the Beavers for the first time since 2017. And I don't know when the last time was San Juan lost on their home field, but Art, it has been a very, very long time. I think it was up to, I don't know if it's up in the 30s of games or what the official is on that. But a tough one to swallow here tonight for the San Juan Broncos as they lose it here 33-30 in a battle between these two teams that are multi-year defending state champions. We knew this was going to be a battle here tonight, and it turned out to be exactly what we expected.
Yeah, just like we talked about, just two teams that are smash mouth football. They both know how to win, and like you said, Red, it was going to look like it might go San Juan's way early. Beaver battled back in, San Juan battled back in. At the end of the day, it came down to that last possession, and unfortunate for the Broncos, 4 and out, and they're not given a chance to get across the end zone, and Beaver's going to walk out of here 33-30. But like we said, as far as your goal, I know your goal, San Juan, these kids, they want to win every game, but at the end of the day, your goal is to be winning that last game of the season.
Right.
And both these teams look like they're on that trajectory to both be there and do that. And win or lose this game, it's a pride thing, sure, but you got to be proud of a lot of effort out of these kids to battle back through some adversity. A lot of things didn't go their way. The turnover battle, you probably have those stats. I'd reckon that San Juan lost the turnover.
2 balls lost, 2 turnovers for San Juan and none for Beaver as far as I'm sorry, did he? Yeah, he didn't throw an interception.
And like we said early on,
they won that turnover battle.
Usually the team that wins the turnover battle wins the game. And it's not a guaranteed thing, but 9 out of 10 times I'd put money on it in Vegas. And unfortunately, that's just what happened. And this team will go back. They'll look at the mistakes they made, and they'll get ready for next week against another very tough 1A team. And like I said, I don't put a lot of stock in the 1A, 2A when it comes to the top echelon of 1A teams, because not too long ago, those teams were all in 2A.
Right.
And if it wasn't for some mathematician sitting at the UHSAA that thinks he knows a lot more about stuff than the rest of us, some of these teams might still be in the same classification. So these are quality teams, and these are quality teams you want to play in the preseason, so you can put yourself in situations like this to see what you're made of and what you need to fix in practice throughout the season. So when you come up against a South Summit or a Delta or, someone in your classification, your region, that you can go out and be successful, and that's why we play preseason games. Does it leave a bitter taste in your mouth to lose this one? You betcha. These kids battled their guts out there. They ought to be proud of their effort. They ought to be proud of themselves and what they put on that field and battled through the last whistle. But at the end of the day, these games are to make us better and to find our deficiencies and to correct them. And so you've got a great coaching staff here that will work through that stuff. You got a great kids down here that like to learn and listen and get better, and they will get better, Rhett.
We said that so many times last year after the Broncos lost the first game of that season, how that early loss can help to center your team, can help you figure out, can make you a better team for the rest of the year, and it did last year, and it may this year as well. Of course, that tale is still to be told. A tough loss here tonight, to be sure, but what a game between these two teams. Two excellent teams, like you said, Art, and like we knew coming into this one. We'll step aside, and when we return, we'll open the post-game show here tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live. It's a 33-30 win for the Beavers here tonight on the San Juan High School football field. Stay with us. Friday Night Lights will return for the post-game show.
With a changing economy and advancing technology, it's time that marketing and selling of real estate in San Juan County catches up. Four Corners Homes and Property Management is changing the game. Every Four Corners Homes listing includes 3D mapping and virtual tours, professional photos, a digital and global 21st century footprint, and marketing exposure that makes it easy for buyers to find and identify what makes your listing unique. Marketing and exposure sells real estate, and if you want the best, you need Four Corners Homes on your team. Find us at fourcornershomes.net or call 801-404-0058.
In the scope of a lifetime, 10 minutes may seem like no time at all. But when it comes to suicide, 10 minutes is often long enough to reconsider the decision to end one's own life. If you have a friend or family member who is struggling with suicide or depression, talk to them about temporarily storing their firearms away from their home, because even a 10-minute delay can make a lifetime of difference. Let's help end tragic firearm deaths in Utah.
Ready to own a home across Utah or Colorado? The Britt Barton team at Primary Residential Mortgage, with over 30 years experience, delivers custom loans, great rates, and friendly advice. Sit with Britt and begin your journey today. Primary Residential Mortgage Incorporated is an equal housing lender, MLS number 3094.
Pain or injury sidelining you? Precision Rehab restores you and your loved ones back to peak performance with physical therapy, in Monticello, Blanding, Montezuma Creek, and Monument Valley. Covered by most insurances. Call 43567-83869 or visit precisionrehabutah.com.
Planning a weekend project? Red's Ace Hardware in Blanding has paint, tools, grills, and yard supplies from top brands like Craftsman and Weber. Visit us for great deals and expert advice.
In 1957, Lyle and Clea Johnson founded Lyle Northern Electric. What began as a small business in their family home has grown into the prominent local company it is today, a third-generation owned and operated company. Lyle Northern Electric is honored to have served the people of San Juan County for the past 65 years and is a proud supporter of high school sports.
With over half a century of combined experience, Countywide Realty has guided more deals than any other local team. From farms and ranches to homes and land, no one knows San Juan County like Countywide Realty.
Buying, selling, or refinancing. Trust Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, Southeastern Utah's only locally owned title company, serving San Juan and Grand counties for over 25 years. Visit us today.
At Energy Fuels, creating opportunities and participating in the local community is important to us. Thanks to our dedicated employees, we're safely producing critical materials that support cleaner energy sources and a better planet for future generations. Knowing that the youth of today will make great contributions tomorrow, Energy Fuels is a proud supporter of high school athletics within our communities.
Blue Mountain Foods, Monticello's hometown grocer, offers fresh meat, deli, bakery, and curbside pickup. Check BlueMountainFoods.com for weekly specials. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at 64 West Center Street.
Canyonlands Tire and Blanding offers top quality tires, auto repairs, and fast service. Stop by for all your tire needs. Your local tire experts at Canyonlands Tire.
Welcome back to San Juan High School as we open the postgame show on Friday Night Lights tonight on Red Rock 92 and StreamUtah.Live, and a battle between a couple of football titans here tonight. Beaver comes into San Juan and defeats the Broncos 33-30, and we're happy to be joined right now by head coach Barkley Christensen. Coach, we appreciate you taking time to come out and talk with us after a tough loss. You guys battled out there. I mean, that was in the trenches all game. That was kind of, it looked like you guys were going to take it away early on, but, man, they showed a lot of heart to stay in, and it turned into the battle that we expected here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we had opportunities to blow it open, and, I mean, it's on me. I've got to get guys I've got to get guys in better positions to we have to put games away right there. I mean, if you look at our last games with Beaver, kind of the same story, right? We jumped out to open leads, but then we just capitalized on those third, fourth, fifth drives instead of, you know, we had the ball twice on their side, in their territory, up 14-0, and we threw a pick on one, and then we went 4 and out. I mean, we had an opportunity on both of those. Plays were there. We just didn't execute it, which obviously we need to practice that stuff more. But no, it was a tough way to go down for sure. I mean, we had that hurts worse when you know that you could have blown it open and you had opportunities, and we just didn't capitalize on them. So,
you had an early season loss last year, and we talked all year about how it made you a better team from that point on. Do you get the same feeling with the loss? I know this is, I would say probably a tougher loss for you guys in this situation, but do you get the same kind of feeling that could happen again this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like I've always said, man, you can learn a line from winning and a whole book from a loss. I mean,
right.
If anything, this is pretty character building. I mean, I think there were moments there where it just came down to, you know, who wanted it more on a 3rd and short or a 4th and short, and we just didn't fire out, or we were tired, and, you know, they had guys going both ways too. They probably did a little bit better job subbing, I guess. So we can reevaluate everything like that. But yeah, man, I mean, sucks losing one like that. But yeah, absolutely, you can get a lot better from that.
What'd you tell the guys down there in that huddle on the field after the time was up?
I just said I love them, man. They played hard. They battled. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's funny at San Juan, like a loss is the end of the world, right? Everybody's, and some of them are crying. It's a week 2 loss. It sucks. I mean, of course it sucks. I mean, but you know, they've been on the other side of the losses too. I mean,
right.
It's 2 good football teams playing. You know, someone's got to lose, and it just came down to, I think, who wanted it a little bit more, and they got. I mean, the ball bounced their way. I mean, a freaking backwards punt was the changing point of the game. And
do you think that was planned? We thought it might have been planned with all their guys over there.
I mean, everyone on our side, like, no, there's no way that was planned. But I'm like, they had a whole wall over there, and the punter went right at the ball.
They did, yep.
You know, and if that was planned, kudos to them, because they just won the game with special teams. And
weirdest play I've never seen that in all my years of covering.
And that was I mean, that really was a difference.
Yeah.
And what a time to break it out, I guess. I mean, because I didn't think they were going to punt. I mean, they were on like the
35, I was
40.
shocked they were going to punt too.
So maybe it was, and if it was, kudos to them. If it wasn't, I mean, it doesn't matter. We can't have. I mean, we got to know the rules there, and it clearly didn't cross the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's how it goes. So just unfortunate, I guess, or good on them. But we still had opportunities after that too.
Well, we say this all the time, and I know it's cliche, but there's absolutely no reason for any San Juan Bronco to hang their head tonight. I mean, this was a battle for the ages, man. This is the type of game you live for in football. What you want to see as a fan. I mean, it's gutting, of course, to come out on the short end of it, but I mean, zero reason for anybody to hang their heads on the San Juan Bronco sideline for sure.
Yeah, our kids, they battled, man. Like, it was a fun game, right? We're on the sideline. They got up, and nobody really hung their head. We hit Tripp on a big one. We had opportunity. We even had the ball back, and you know, like just our youth kind of start showing. Like, we sub a guy in late, and you know, we didn't wait for him to get set. Just youth showed a little bit, but we had the ball. Couldn't have asked for anything more. Just didn't do it. So that's on us. I'll shoulder the blame. You know, we've got to be more prepared for those situations.
There were so many swing moments in this game where the game just kind of swung back and forth, and it could have gone either way, like you alluded to. And yeah, I know the guys will take this as a meal, as a deep meal, you know, to move ahead in the season.
You know, I hope so, because this is kind of where, you know, you get to a crossroads of either you learn a lot from it or you point fingers and pout, which I don't think will happen, but it's tough because, you know, again, like, you always have guys right there that are on the verge of playing, and they may or may not have got in that game. And, you know, you just have to have everyone stay together in these moments. And like I said, if you want to shoulder blame, obviously, I mean, there's so many different things we could have done on offense, defense, and hindsight's 20/20. But yeah, I think we'll be all right. We'll learn from it. We're good.
To me, a championship team, we talked about this last year too, is told in the game that they come back after a loss, and that mental toughness is huge going down the rest of the stretch of the season.
It is, you know, it is. But yeah, I mean, we'll learn from it. We'll be better.
All right, Coach, we do appreciate you taking time out to chat with us. I know it's a tough one here tonight, but we'll talk with you next week and see where you're at before another tough game. You guys are playing a lot of tough teams here this season, so
yeah.
So this is going to be a battle throughout the deal for sure for you guys. So.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun football.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Barkley Christensen visiting with us here on the Friday Night Lights post-game show. A tough 33-30 loss for the San Juan Broncos tonight, but we do appreciate Coach Christensen chatting with us. I'm going to report some final stats, and these are, of course, entirely unofficial here. I'm hoping I haven't missed too much. We'll see. A lot of times Max Prep sets me straight, but the sophomore quarterback, Bo Yeomans, I had him for 21 of 28 tonight. 261 yards on the evening, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also ran for a touchdown tonight, had 8 carries for 17 yards. Jagger Neves, the leading running back, 137 yards on 20 carries. He had 2 touchdowns tonight. So the Broncos all total with 162 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Tripp Palmer got that big 56-yard touchdown catch in the fourth quarter, and it looked like the Broncos were set up to complete a comeback, but it wasn't to be. He ended the night 7 catches, 138 yards, and the 1 TD. Brig Palmer had a pretty good night tonight, 6 catches for 63 yards. Cole Duke, also a good night, 4 catches, 59 yards. George McNaughton had 1 catch way back in the first quarter for 10 yards, and he was inactive since then. As far as we know, I don't know how many games, but this was the Broncos' first home loss since goes back to 2019 in the playoffs. I think the state quarterfinals against Layton Christian here. So it's been a long time since the Broncos lost at home, but sometimes it's good to put some of the pressure of some of these stats behind you like the Broncos did with that 37-game streak last year and then just become a better team. It's like you said, Art, it only matters winning the last game of the season ultimately. I guess it's those last three, those playoff games. And I'll chat with Art here in just a minute, but I want to get the final stats. I think probably the player of the game tonight was wearing a white and blue jersey this evening. Davin Orton, the senior quarterback, he didn't necessarily – we got it done in the passing game somewhat. He was 6 of 12 or 6 of 13 tonight for 84 unofficial yards and 1 touchdown pass. But he carried the ball 28 times tonight for 148 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground for the senior quarterback. So that's really where he did a lot of his damage tonight. And the main thing is the Beavers didn't turn the ball over tonight where the Broncos lost it twice. Bridger Blackner, the running back, 15 carries tonight for 20 yards. He also had a 25-yard catch, and it went down from there. Those were the main leaders tonight. The man who caught the touchdown pass from Orton was Hazen Albrecht, who caught a 1-yard touchdown pass, but I think maybe the most damage he did tonight was when he punted the ball to himself. While everybody stood here and watched him, he scooped it up at midfield and proceeded to run it with a lot of blockers all by himself for 50 yards for a touchdown, and that was, if not the nail in the coffin, it was one of them for sure. And right after that, the Broncos did score to answer, but then they turned the ball over on their next possession, and that was a huge problem for San Juan. Beaver took that into the end zone ultimately and turned that into points. So, Art, maybe we can discuss this, and maybe we can name a San Juan player of the game tonight. But I think as far as just ultimate player of the game, it was probably Davin Orton, who had an outstanding game and under numerous times tonight took the game on his own shoulders and took his team down the field and proceeded to punch it into the end zone for them tonight. And just what a battle between these two teams tonight. Sorry, I'll get you back on. My fault. Guess we didn't want to hear from you after all.
Talking to myself over here. I do that a lot. Yeah, I agree with the player of the game, Red. He did a tremendous job of managing the game for his team, and ultimately when the chips were down, he made big play after big play for his team, and that's what you do. I didn't get to hear Coach's comments because I was standing outside the booth, so I'll have to go back and watch that. But I tell you, just the competitiveness of this team, it's going to sit with them. It's going to drive them. And everyone knew, when the streak ended that wasn't going to last forever. And everyone knows that it's hard to win every game every year. When you put quality teams on the field, and especially when you're a team like San Juan, we've talked about this every year, but their preseason schedule, 9 out of 10 times, is harder than their active regular schedule. And they could take the easy road, and they could schedule teams that they could beat easily 70-0. But what are you going to learn from that? You learn more from this right here, this loss, about your team, your coaches, your identity,
your character,
where you want to go, how to get there. And that's the biggest thing, is you've got to figure out how to get to the top, stay on top of the mountain. Everybody chases you when you're on the top. That's why teams like the Chicago Bulls and were eventually dethroned, and those great teams, the Patriots, it's hard to stay on top of that mountain because, and especially in high school football, when you have so much turnover and you never know what you're going to get and your positions change so much. But kudos to these kids for going out there and battling tonight. They could have laid down a couple of times and they didn't, and they fought back. They gave themselves a chance to win, and you can't lay it on one player or even two players. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Everyone has a part of the win or the loss. And so Coach Christensen, I'm sure, sat up here and said that they will go fix some things. You joke with him all the time about going and watching film on the bus ride home or after a win. I'll guarantee you that guy's already got film up on his phone after a loss because I know it eats at you. And being in that position before as a head coach, there's nothing that just – you just want to be able to go out there and give your guys, and you can't because you're not on the field with them. You try to set them up. You try to give them the best opportunity they can, and they have to go do it. But it just eats at you because you know that they want to win just as bad as you do, and that's the passion you have to coach in high school or any sport. But I thought it was a learning experience for a lot of things tonight, and they'll go and get it corrected, and we'll see how they come back against Kanab. Obviously, if they face a running team, and Kanab's a running team as well. So
it's not going to get any easier. We know
so
that.
they've got to be able to stop that run and not give up big chunks, and that's got to be a big part of their practice schedule on the defensive side is how do we stop the momentum of the offense.
All right, well, thanks for the comments. I know it's a tough one for everybody involved with San Juan high school football here this week, but it's like Coach Christensen said in the interview, you know, people in San Juan have gotten so used to winning that it's like the end of the world when they lose, but it's really not. You've got a long season ahead. You've got a lot more teams to face this year, and ultimately what matters is the region play and the playoff play come into the year, and you know, a loss like this early in the season can really help set your team in the right direction. It just depends on the mental toughness going from here. I think this is a team in years past and continuing on to the present that has proven themselves mentally tough, and we expect these guys to bounce back and to continue fighting all year long. And like I said, long season, long way to go. This loss ultimately won't mean anything when you're raising up a trophy at the end of the year if you can maintain your mental toughness and continue on that pathway to a champion for the 5th straight championship. So, all right, want to thank everybody involved as we close it out here tonight. It was a tough 33-30 loss to the Beavers who came in here and shocked the San Juan high school football world for sure. We saw a crazy play tonight on a scoop and score punt to ourselves touchdown. I've never seen that before tonight. It was a lot of fun. It was a heck of a battle here tonight between these two teams, which we expected. Want to say thanks to all the sponsors. We will hit you up one final time by name as we close it out here in just a moment. Want to say thanks to the StreamUtah.Live crew tonight, Caleb Carr, Lane Palmer, and Cortland Lyman tonight making it happen on the video side. Thank you guys. Excellent job here tonight. It helps when you're in your home confines and you're not in a gale force wind up on top of a set of stands somewhere just trying to survive. So it's nice to get our bearings back underneath. We got a home game again next week when Kanab comes to Blanding, and our home schedule as far as the regular season goes after next week will be half over. Everything else is going to be on the road. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting this year for sure. But we'll close it out here tonight. Again, Kanab coming to town next week, and we'll be on the air starting at 6:30 for that one. That should be a fun one as well as the Broncos continue a very tough preseason and regular season schedule for this 2025 season. They lose it here tonight to Beaver 33-30, dropping to 1-1 on the year. We're going to see you next Friday with Kanab in town. Until then, on behalf of Art Adair, it's Rhett Sifford saying so long from the San Juan High School football field. We'll see you back here next Friday. Have a great rest of your weekend, high school sports fans.
Friday Night Lights is a production of Red Rock 92 Sports and StreamUtah.Live. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Anderson Oliver Title Insurance Agency, San Juan Building Supply, Blue Mountain Foods, Bradford Tire, Desert Rivers Credit Union, San Juan School District Adult Education, Colleen Kays, Four Corners Homes, Peterson Medical, San Juan Counseling, Creative Floors, Holiday Construction, Lee Collision Repair and Restoration, San Juan Health, Crowley Construction, Monson's Quality Meat Processing, Northern Electric, San Juan Insurance, Dependable Auto Repair, Precision Rehab, Red Mechanical, San Juan School District CTE Programs, Diamond Designs, Blue Mountain Hospital, Energy Fuels, San Juan Public Health, Emory Telcom, Countywide Realty, Red's Ace Hardware, Canyonlands Tire, Empire Electric, Flights Gymnastics, Utah Navajo Health System, Utah State University Blanding, San Juan Pharmacy, Four Corners Regional Care Center, Jones and DeMille Engineering, Napa Motor Parts, San Juan Credit Union, Primary Residential Mortgage, and Westcott Motors. We're the home of live high school sports coverage in southeastern Utah, Classic Hits Radio, Red Rock 92, and StreamUtah.Live.